Welcome. Welcome to the Tuesday live stream. Thank you for joining me. My name is Rob. If you're new here, welcome. Really nice to have you here. If you're returning, then welcome back and thanks for the support. Good to see you again. So what's going on? How are we doing? Who's here? And if you have any questions, if you could put 3 Qs in front of them, in front of your questions, that'll make it easier for me to find them. I'm going to apologize in advance. I don't typically get to all questions in these live streams, but I do the best that I can. And I'll answer as many as I can, as best as I can. Sometimes I don't even have the answers, right? So you guys out there, feel free, if anybody knows the answers to any of the questions that are asked before I get to them, feel free to answer yourself. What are you doing, Peanut? I might have to let her out. So how's everybody's week going and who's all here? We've got Laura, and it says lastly, so that leads me to believe I missed the first part. Let's scroll up here, see what we got. You know what? Oh, here it is. Here's the first question. 1 second. I'm going to have to let Peanut out. Give me 1 second. All right, go on. Go on. All right. I'm probably going to have to let her in at some point. All right, Laura. Hello, Rob. This is Laura Lee from Ontario. Hello, Laura Lee. Good to see you. I connected with you since you went viral. So perused lots of your earlier videos and some of your other lives, but this is the first I am joining the chat. Awesome. Welcome. Let's see now. For some reason, the chats don't come in the same order when they're pulled into Ecamm Live as they are on the main one, but I'm getting it here. I'm at the very beginning. I have yet to post my own channel to my own channel. Will you revisit those first technical steps? I don't even know if I need to sign up to YouTube or how to get a channel. Thanks. Lastly, since I'm early bird, I hope my question needs are relevant for the group today, or if it can be fit in for those more advanced. Thank you, Rob and all. No problem. I can give you kind of like a high-level overview. So your question was basically about how to get a channel. So I have created a video on that, how to create a YouTube channel, and it is on my channel. I advise you to go take a look at that, and I'll just let's see. Am I sharing the right screen here? Nope, not at all. So let me change this to the right screen. There. Okay, so on my website here, or not my website, my channel, it is, it's back in September. So last September, it's already September again. If I type in channel, it should pop up. If I search for channel, and there it is right there. How to create a YouTube channel in 2025. So I actually made that 11 months ago. So last September, late September or early October. I would take a look at that. But to answer your question, yes, you do need first of all, a Google account and then a YouTube account. And then that video will walk you all the way through it. The steps you got to go through the video is still relevant. So I have checked it lately. At some point, I'll probably have to redo it if YouTube changes the steps you have to take. But yeah, that's what I would do. Start there, set up your channel. You can give it a channel name if you want. Keep in mind, you can always change your channel name later. So, you're not married to it. I typically suggest creating it's either called business channel or brand channel instead of personal channel, because that would allow you to have multiple channels if you ever want to. Let's say you start a channel and you're just kind of getting your feet wet and you're trying things with videos, and then you learn some things and then you decide, you know what, I'm ready. And now I know what I want my niche to be. I want to start over with a brand new channel. You can create a new one, okay? If you set it up as a brand channel or a business channel. It's the same thing. I've heard it called, I think it used to be called brand channel, and now it's called business channel. But anyways, it's the same thing. If you do set it up as a personal channel first, you can always convert it. It just saves you a couple steps if you do that in the beginning. Then grab your phone, go film yourself making a video, upload it to YouTube, and there you go. I also have a video on how to upload a video to YouTube, and that covers the steps. Entering your description, your tags, and all the things, all the checkboxes you go through. So you might want to check out that one as well. Laura Lee. All right. So I hope that helps. Who else we got here? Angela's here. Hello, Angela. Good to see you. Escaping the Suburbs is here again. Hello. Let's see. We got hello, not Hall. Very good. Belgium is present. Hello, Belgian guy. How you doing? Good to see you here. Let's see. Who else we got? Chris Bakelent also from Belgium. Awesome. Belgium is represented well. Here's a question. Small channel creators gather here. Okay. Just kidding around. Yeah, no problem. Were you happy with the feedback you got on that video? I think you made plenty of good points in it. Yeah, so who here saw that video? So when was that? Was that my last one? Was that the last video I made? It's kind of blending together. I just made one a couple days ago. Let me just double check here. Let's go back to my... No, it wasn't. Oh, why most people never start was my last one. It's this one here is what he's referring to. Stop. Stop. So if you've ever seen... I'm sweating. A little sweat where my mustache should be. If you ever see those comments, small channels gather here, or sub for sub, or support me and I'll support you, things like that. Whenever you see that, the first time I ever saw that, I was confused. I wasn't sure what was going on. Like what is this? Has this just become a very quick and maybe a little bit lazy way to support another channel? I didn't know, so I looked into it. And the thing that, I mean, if you've seen the video, you heard me say this already, but the thing that actually triggered me to wonder, oh, is this even a good thing or not, is when I started seeing comments, done and waiting. Like that one to me is like, you're done what? And you're waiting for what? Like what is this? What is this? So anyways, it's almost like it's become code for, I've subscribed to you, now I'm waiting for you to subscribe to me, right? And I almost feel like some people think that, I guess to answer your question, yes, I was happy. I was happy with the feedback I got. A lot of people seem to understand and get it, but there's still people who don't. Still people that think that, if they do that, they are supporting another channel, and why wouldn't you support me back? What they don't realize is they are hurting. Like if you subscribe to somebody because you think you're doing them a favor, you're hurting them. Like you're hurting their channel. Unless in the very rare occasion that channel is indeed something you're very interested in and you will watch every single video that they put out, all of them, right? And that is exactly what you're interested in. If that's the case, which is rare among friends, okay, if you've got a friend or a family member and they've got a YouTube channel, the chances are their interests are, what they make videos about is slightly different than what you make videos about. And if that's the case, don't subscribe to them. You're not helping them. But I understand now that it's almost hard to explain to people that doesn't, like the best way I could, let's say my brother started a YouTube channel about, I don't know, baseball, something he's more interested in than I am, even though I play baseball with him. But you know what I mean? Like, let's just say, I wouldn't subscribe to it unless, like, especially if he's going to make, let's say he makes 30-minute videos 4 times a week, right? That's 2 hours of content. I don't have time for that. I love my brother. It's great, right? But, I don't, the best way I can support him is encourage him, like, offline, in person. So that's awesome. How you making out with that YouTube channel? We can talk about it. But there's no point in me subscribing to it because that's just not like, I'm more interested in how to get better making YouTube videos, things like that. And sailing, actually. I watched some sailing videos and whatnot. So that's the point. That wouldn't be supporting him. The best way I could support him is to talk to him about it offline and be supportive, right? So yeah, it's becoming a hard thing to, I guess, convince some people of that. And just so you know, the reason it's not support, the more people that just subscribe just for the sake of trying to support somebody, which means it's almost like an empty subscriber anyways, right? It's boosting the subscriber count, great, but is not boosting the watch hours. And in fact, the percentage of watch hours you get versus how many subscribers you have, not me, but the person that I'm subscribing to, the percentage of watch hours goes down. And that's a bad signal to YouTube, right? When that person comes up with another video on baseball or whatever, and it's, you know, a good percentage of their subscribers don't watch it, YouTube is going to think this must be a bad video, so we're not going to push it anymore, right? So that's what happens. That's what happens. So sub for sub does not work. Also, it's against YouTube's rules, right? You know, and a lot of people who are getting into YouTube will see that and not see that it's against the rules. That's kind of buried. Sometimes it's hard to know that, but you'll see these comments and you'll think, okay, maybe that's what I should be doing. I'll do that too. You know, and it would take a lot of effort to gain, let's say, 1,000 subscribers. And let's say you do gain 1,000 subscribers with those efforts that way. You know, other people subscribe to you as a favor. You're not getting the watch hours, right? Probably. You're probably not getting the watch hours. And even if you did get the watch hours, you're not going to be making much money. Like, what's the point of getting monetized if that means you make $1 a month, right? I think getting monetized, some people equate getting monetized to making a full-time income on YouTube. That's not the case at all. At all. Getting monetized means maybe, oh, we got our first thumbs down. Thank you, whoever you were. Sorry if you didn't like this. But actually, that brings me to another point, to escaping the suburbs, to further your, I guess, to answer your question some more. On that video, I actually lost quite a few subscribers due to that video. Like, when that video first went out, usually what happens, like when I put out a new video, I will get well, the first several hours, nothing usually happens that much to my subscriber count because it's mostly my subscribers who are getting notified of it. It's mostly subscribers that are seeing the video for the first few hours. It isn't until after a few hours of YouTube testing against my subscribers that they may start putting it in front of other people. Okay, so I don't usually get a whole lot of movement at first, and then if it's a good video, maybe, you know, later in that day, I'll start getting new subscribers from it. Well, this video that I put out, the second last video of mine, The Truth About Small YouTubers Gather Here, don't fall for it, I lost quite a few subscribers right out of the gate. So that either it was people who subscribed to me thinking they were doing me a favor, or it was people who subscribed to me and they were done and waiting for me to subscribe to them. And they just realized by watching that video, oh, he's not subscribing to me, I'm going to leave, right? Either way, that's awesome, right? I lost subscribers because of that. And the reason why I think it's awesome is it's because it was empty subscribers that I lost. Okay, so I'm ecstatic about that. That's all. I mean, ecstatic might be a stretch, but it doesn't matter that much. I'm still net positive for subscribers on that video, so that's a good thing. But the other good thing is that I guess it kind of weeded out some subscribers that I probably had that weren't true subscribers, that didn't necessarily like my content. The only reason they subscribed is because they thought they were doing me a favor or they thought I would reciprocate. So anyway, I thought that was interesting and shortly after I posted it, I kind of thought, oh, I wonder if that's going to happen. It probably will. I kind of was guessing that it would happen, and it did. So anyway, long answer. So now I am already way behind. Who else we got here? Nicola is here. How you doing, Nicola? Liked, and I will see you in 22 minutes. All right, awesome. Ciao from Italy. Rob, I love when you leave the verbal flubs in. I have started doing that a little bit. I really find them amusing. Glad you got access to your trail back. Yes, thank you very much. Yeah. So we had one good solid day of rain. Not all counties around here have their trails open, but we here in Halifax County, ours are open. So that's good. It's not like I walk on the trail with spark-inducing sneakers or anything. So it might have been a little bit overprotective, but I understand. Like a lot of people around here don't just walk or run on the trails like I do. Even cycling, not usually a big deal, but there's a lot of quads and like motor-powered, word I'm looking for, I don't know, yeah, quads, I guess. Quads is what we call them here, or ATVs, all-terrain vehicles. There's a lot of those around here, and they go up into the woods and up to cabins, and they go fishing and camping and stuff like that. So, and when they camp, they'll have campfires, and those are what's getting out of the way, out of control in places. Plus, those machines, sometimes, the exhaust can get really, really hot, and everything is so dry around here right now. So that is the problem. So hopefully we're getting mostly under control. Peanut appearance during the countdown. Okay, so there's a marker. I know I'm still in the countdown comments, and we're 20 minutes into this. So yeah, that was Peanut, and she's out of the office now. All right, Flagler Nature Girl, hello. Good to see you here. Jim over 30, Mohith, how you doing? Let's see. The Dirt Princess is here. 30% chance of rain today, Rob. Fingers crossed. Yes, that would be nice. That would be very nice. Have you gotten any relief from drought up there? Up here? Yeah, we had 1 day of rain a few days ago, which was nice. But it's warm again. Actually, it's not that warm. It's like 24 Celsius today. So whatever that is. What is that? That's high 70s, I guess, in American or in Fahrenheit. Yeah, and I say that because I know by looking at my analytics, 70% of the people who watch my videos are from the United States. So I thank you for that. So I will do my best to speak American when I can, to speak Fahrenheit when I can. Good morning, Brian Mead. Well, I still have my darn finger on the trigger, but have yet to pull it. I'm doing my best. I'm doing my best, Brian. I don't know what much else I can do. I keep putting out videos, trying to convince you guys just to go film. I guess I have to keep doing that. That's okay. I'll keep doing it. Catherine from New Zealand. How you doing, Catherine? Good morning. Good early Wednesday morning for you. Catherine of the future. You're probably getting sick and tired of hearing me say that. I say that all the time. Whiffle, hello. Good to see you. Super Ager Sega, hello. Brick Tours is here, hello. Garth from Lucasville. How you doing, Garth? Good to see you. A neighbor. My Moonjaro journey. Hi, Rob. Just want to let you know about my first week of being monetized. Congratulations. Way to go. I have an estimated revenue of £41. Thank you so much for encouraging over 40s to start a channel. First video. What's that? Is that February 7th or July 2nd? I always get confused because, once again, there's a difference between the English way and the American way, I think it is. And I think officially in Canada, we're supposed to go day, month, year. But more often than not, we go month, day, year. So, oh, wait now. Did you just, if you posted your first video in July, then that's fantastic how fast you got monetized. If it was February, that's a little more realistic. Either way, congratulations. That's awesome. That is awesome. Hello, Jane. How you doing? Line Overland, hello. From Sweden. DG Outdoors channel, how goes it? It goes great. I hear a helicopter. Peanut had her lunch, that's right. Here's a question regarding video lengths. Does it matter how long the video is for monetization? Keep hearing they must be 8 or more minutes. So if my videos aren't that long, do they still count? Yes, they 100% do. I actually made a video about this to try to clear it up. But here's the thing. If your video is not 8 minutes long, if it's less than that, then you can't have any mid-roll ads, okay, in your video. You could only have ads at the beginning and the end if it's a shorter video. If it's longer than 8 minutes, you can have mid-roll ads as well. Now, all videos, no matter how short or long they are, can have a beginning and an ending ad, okay? So the way I usually think about it is I don't worry about trying to get to 8 minutes at all. There was a time that I did because I thought the same thing you did. In fact, if you go way back, I've heard, like before I was into YouTube, I think you needed to have 10-minute videos at one point. But anyways, now it's, it's all videos can be monetized. And in fact, if you think about, if you have, let's say, a 9-minute video that could have a mid-roll ad, then start looking at your retention graphs. Like, what percentage of people actually watch more than 2/3 of your video and would therefore maybe be exposed to a mid-roll ad? Right? If that percentage is down to 15, 20%, if it's low, then, there's not that much. The majority of the ads that'll be playing for your videos is at the very beginning. Okay, so I don't know what the percentage is. If I were guessing, I'd say at least 90% of my income probably comes from the ads played at the beginning. Okay, and the other 10% will come from mid-roll ads or whatever else. All right, so that's the way I look at it. The other way to think about it, the other way to think about this is the shorter the video, probably the more apt people are to want to click it and watch it. Okay, like for instance, if I'm searching for something, how to do something, and I'm given two options that both look like they solve my problem. One solves it in a 16-minute video, and one solves it in a 4-minute video. I'm clicking that 4-minute video every time, unless the 16-minute video is somebody that I subscribe to and I really like to watch their stuff. Okay, but if I don't know either one, I'm clicking the short one and seeing if I can get my answer as quickly as I can. So because of that, people tend to click on shorter videos more than longer videos. So put that in your formula when figuring out. So the long and the short of it is, I don't worry too much about how long my videos are. They're as long as they need to be to get my point across. If I've made a video and I feel and it's like the last one's 24 minutes long, to me that's on the long side. Like, I've heard people say, "Oh, we like your long videos." Well, that's awesome, and I appreciate that. But what I have to remember is, I get 150 to 200 people in these live streams telling me, and if you're all saying, "Oh yeah, no, we love the long videos," that's great. But there's over 70,000, over 80,000 now subscribers. So I almost have to look at things like that, look at the bigger picture. And so the way you do that is you look at your analytics, and it'll tell you, how many views you're getting. So anyways, I probably talked enough about that. I hope that helped. Horse girl, this old horse girl. Catherine, Nicola, I've got 15 subs and 161 views over the 5 short videos in the first 24 hours. Very good. Awesome. I never noticed live from Nova Scotia, Canada on the countdown screen before. That's a cool, oh yeah. Yeah, I forgot I put that in there too. Yeah, it is there. Hello, Terry. Good to see you. Sophia, good to see you. Let's see. I answered that one. Another question. How do you know what pictures on images you can use if they are not watermarked? You mean, are you searching for images on Google perhaps that you want to add into your videos? What you do, you can go to Google and you can go up and change the, how does that work? There are settings that you can set to make sure that you're only searching for, let me see if I can try, that you're only searching for images that you're allowed to use. Advanced search, oh geez, this looks like it's all changed. And I don't even know if that's what you were referring to. What pictures on images you can use. I guess I need to know more about where you're wanting to get these images. Bottom line is, if you don't own the image, you can't use it. That said, some people don't mind if you use it. Like I'll put an image of right here on my channel, right here, this video here, lower right corner, I've got Canva's logo there. Technically, I may not be allowed to put that there. I don't own that trademark or logo, or I don't own the copyright to that. But, that video kind of advertises Canva a bit. I show how to do things in Canva. I do the same thing with Camtasia videos. So, in those cases, companies don't mind that. The only time you might run into trouble is if you're using somebody's logo and then, maybe making a video like a bad review video or cutting them up in some way. Then you might run into trouble with that. So I hope that helps. But all pictures you take yourself, you're allowed to use. Okay. What else we got here? Just looking for questions here. Good to see everybody here. Luke is here. Could you please explain about the thumbnail testing process when uploading a video? I'm unsure of how to fully utilize it. Thumbnail testing. Yes. So When, oh, 1 second. Let her back in. All right, come on. Come on. Come on in. Come on in. I gotta close the door. All right. Brought her back. Here she comes. Okay, so yeah, thumbnail testing process. So you can upload 1, 2, or 3 thumbnails with your when you upload your video, and you can test them. A/B testing is called, to see which one does better. You don't have to. You can just upload 1 if you want, or 2, or 3. Now, what I do, in fact, my latest video, I did that. I A/B tested 2 thumbnails, and then what I do, and I'll show you here, if I get into my Canva, is where I make my thumbnails. Do I still have both in here? I do. Yep, so there are the 2 thumbnails I A/B tested. So the exact same image, but 2 different texts, okay, on the thumbnails. And I wanted to know which one did better. Okay, so I downloaded them both, and then I went into my YouTube studio, and then go to content. Yeah, it's not going to show it now because I already stopped the test. So I'll show you what I do though. Down here, I can view test report. So this is where you would do it. You would upload multiple, and then you can check back an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours later just to see how it's going. And I noticed one was getting 54%, and the other one was 46%. So I just stopped the test there, and I chose the 54%. Here it is here. Yeah, 54%, 45%. So I selected that. Okay. Now, what these numbers mean, those percentages are based on the watch hours you get when the person clicks that thumbnail and watches your video. So it doesn't mean that you know, my thumbnail 2 was clicked 54% more often than, you know, 54% to 45%. It's not about the clicks. It's about the resulting watch hours that you got after the click. Okay, that's not always that clear in here, but that's what I've learned in other videos that I've watched. Okay, so that's what you do. I would recommend that you don't try to, I mean, you could test 2 totally different thumbnails if you want. I usually only use it to test what text to put on the thumbnail. I usually, you know what I want to do image-wise. But you know, maybe you don't. Maybe you want to try 2 totally different types of images, and that's fine too. So that's the process. I don't do it all the time. I'm going to say maybe every 3rd time I'll do that. More often than not, I just use ChatGPT to settle on text for my thumbnail, and we'll run with that. All right. Good afternoon, Someone's Garden. Good to see you here. You are rangy today. What are you doing, Peanut? Next row, new here. Welcome. Welcome. Love having new people in here. Prodigal Aquarius, greetings. Peanut, would you believe she's 14 now? She's 14 years old. What? Oh my. All right. Gonna grab a drink here for a second. All right, we've got Crystal here. Hello, Crystal. Bushveld Boet, hi. Phenomenal Favored, hello. Agatha, not Agatha. Agatha, not Agatha. Hi, new here. Cute name. Welcome. This old horse girl is Leslie. I'm sorry, Leslie. Sometimes I forget your name just because if it's not in your channel name, I'm not always that good with it, but I'll try to remember. Leslie is this old horse girl. I'm here. Robin waving her hand in the back. Welcome, Robin. Alexander Patrick from Syracuse, New York. Welcome. I really need to try a live. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. I love hearing stories when you guys go live for the first time, and I'd love to hear how it goes. And if it was all you expected it to be, did it Did anybody show up? So yeah, let me know when you do go live. I am Crystal. Hello, Crystal. Good to see you. Rosanny is here. Hello, Mike. Mike's Adventure Sparks. Hi, Rob. Etsy. Etsy? That was probably in response to something I said earlier, and now I forget what that was. Chaido, you went live yesterday. Congratulations. How did it go? How did it go? I'm just looking at the current chat as well. I finally went live yesterday. It didn't go so bad. I had about 20 people at one point and no trolls. Awesome. But now you know, if you do get a troll and they are a problem, you just right click and you can put them in timeout. Can I show you guys that? Oh, got to stop that. I didn't mean to do that. Sorry. I clicked the wrong thing. Let's bring this down. Okay, if I share my screen here, so this is my YouTube studio. This is what I'm seeing. Okay, so I can see we have 179 people in here. Wow, that's awesome. Thank you guys. And now if I go here, if you get a troll when you're going live, you will see this over here. All you have to do, and I'm just going to pick on William here for a second. Sorry, William. You can click these three dots, and then right here, you can remove. So you can remove any messages you don't like. You can put a user in timeout. I believe that's 5 minutes is the default amount of time they can't post for 5 minutes. Just gives them a chance to catch their breath, settle down. If they're not going to settle down, you can hide them from your channel right here. Now that's almost like the nuclear option, because if I did that, then poor William here, every single comment he has ever made on all of my videos would be immediately hidden from view to everybody else except for him. I would no longer see any of his comments or any of his live chat messages, and neither would anybody else. So that is, and I don't use that very often. Let me move my mouse right off of that so I don't. I don't use that very often, because when you do that, let's say I did that to somebody months ago, right? I hid them because they just had an awful comment and it was hateful and it was whatever, and I hid them. Well, maybe a few months later, you know, they become a friend of mine for whatever reason. Maybe I forgot about that, or he made up, or whatever. If somebody ever comes back to me and say, hey, you know what? I think I'm hidden on your channel. Can you unhide me? If I then go into my YouTube studio, I can find them, because I can find a list of everybody that's hidden, right? And I can unhide them. But the thing is, I don't want to unhide anybody unless I can track down why did I hide them in the first place. And I haven't been keeping track of reasons. In fact, it's been many months since I've hidden anybody, but I know I did back when I was first starting, and when my channel about a year ago, when my channel started really growing, I hid people. And but yeah, I now have, what do I have? Over 300 videos. And I don't know what the average is, 300 comments, maybe 500 comments per video. I don't know. Whatever it is, 300 times 300, God, 9 and 4 zeros, 90,000 messages I have to go through to try to find, you know, the one I want to delete so that I can unhide them. It's not going to happen. I'm not going to do that. So that's, you know, you want to be sure. You want to be sure that is absolutely not somebody you will ever want back on your channel again before you do that. That said, do whatever makes you feel comfortable, right? Like there's no, you know, we don't want trolls. Okay, so yeah, so you can do that. You can remove the comment. That's usually what I do. Put user in timeout, right? Like if somebody's spamming in here, putting them in timeout is a good idea, right? Because then they might just go away. You can also add people as a moderator. So if you do a live, and like I don't do a lot of that. I had one moderator, but he doesn't come around very much anymore. Then I've got another one, but you know, I don't think I have any moderators in here right now. But you know, if I didn't have the time, which I don't really, to kind of monitor this, I could add a moderator, and then they could do that for me. They could be hiding people. They could be, you know, putting them in timeout, deleting messages for me. They could even post things to remind people because they can post links too. Moderators can post links as I can, but you guys can't, right? You can't put a link in there. It wouldn't show up. Okay. So anyway, there you go. So Yeah, congrats, Chaito. I hope I'm saying that right. Let's see. What else we got? Here's a question. Hello, Rob. Any advice for a review channel in a broad sense? Eric, any advice for... Well, I can tell you this. I recently found the... I did some digging because of a video I just saw by Kevin Colby, actually. I learned some things about the copyright section, and I went into the copyright section and I found there were 6 or 7 people that have used my content, basically stole my videos and uploaded them to their channel. Now, some just uploaded the whole video. 100% of my video was there. They didn't really add anything to it. And it's like, okay, so then they basically, YouTube puts the ball in my court. I can go in there and say, take that down, take that down, take that down, and they'll get a message, and they could end up getting a copyright strike by doing that, right? It's up to me to initiate that. But I can also check a box that says, in the future, please try not to allow copies of this particular video anymore. Okay, so that's been set in place. But there were some that basically did a review of my videos. So they did download my video, and then they made a video of them kind of in the corner playing my video and doing a review. And then for that, I was thinking, like, do I want that or what? Like, really? I guess it depends on what they're saying. Like, you know, maybe it's publicity, maybe it's not a bad thing, but it is my call, right? So you got to keep that in mind. If you want to do a review channel, if you play anybody else's video and you make a video of their video, YouTube will know, like I mean, they're smart enough. They've got algorithms searching for this kind of stuff 24/7, and they'll match it, and they'll send a message to that owner of that video, and they'll say, hey, guess what? This guy's doing this with your video, right? What do you want us to do? You want us to delete it? We'll do that. Or do you want us to give them 7 days to delete it themselves? Or do you just want to leave it there, right? Some people are okay with that. So you have to know that it's, there's no rule that says, oh, you're allowed to review somebody's video, right? I mean, they talk about fair use, okay? So there is the fair use policy, which means if you're reviewing a video and you truly are adding your own take on it, like you're critiquing it, or you're stopping it and then you're adding your own thoughts on it, then they have an argument that they're allowed to do that through fair play. But that's a gray area, right? It's not a hard, fast rule. Like if somebody does that to one of my videos and I just don't like the way it was done, and I could say, no, take it down. And YouTube will say, this guy wants you to take it down. Ball's in your court, creator. Then the creator could say, they could take it down and then it's over. Or they could say, no, I should be allowed to do this because of fair play. Then that escalates it, and it could wind up in the courts, right? And there could be a lawsuit. So it depends on how far people want to take it. So just know what you're getting into, Eric, if you want to do that. If you do it tastefully and you truly are adding lots of value, then I don't want to be the one that says, yeah, go ahead and do it. You can do that because it's not my call. But just know you're probably in for lots of back and forth with other creators if you do stuff like that. There you go. Those are my thoughts. And thank you to Kevin Colby for that video he made. If you guys want to check that out, it was a good video. Kevin Colby, Kolbe, I think is how you say it. I've interviewed him in one of my videos, so you can find him that way. All right. Hello, Jill. How you doing, Jill? Hello, Keith. Hello, Northwest Coast. Northwest Coast. I see what you did there. Lucy, hello. Let's see. Hi, Peanut. Yeah. Hello from Naples, Florida. Awesome. Hello. My folks used to have a place in Fort Myers, just, about 30 minutes north of you. Beautiful down there. Although quite hot in the summer. Quite hot in the summer for us Canadians anyways. Enjoying a summer pasta salad from Nicola. Oh, very good. Yes. Did she ship it to you? All the way from, you're in Syracuse. She's in Italy, so I'm thinking not. I'm thinking you made it yourself. I want to make her the chicken fried rice with the egg in it. That looked really, really good, Nicola. All right, here's a question. What video editing tool do most successful smaller channels use? So 3 months ago, I would have said CapCut, but I think a lot of people left CapCut because of their privacy laws changing in a way that they now own all your stuff, your raw videos that you upload and make videos out of them. They own all that now. So anyway, that's the last I've heard. So I know a lot of people left because they don't like that policy, understandably. So I would say, I mean, Descript seems to be quite popular. A lot of people are using that. I haven't to edit videos. DaVinci Resolve is very popular. It's got a free version that is very powerful. Got a steep learning curve, though, is what I'll say about that. I've got it, and actually I've got the paid version, and I like it. I haven't used it in over a year. I use Camtasia. I can't. Camtasia is not an answer to your question because I would say most do not use Camtasia. It's kind of a fringe editing software, but it's the one I've been using for a long time, and I love it. And I personally think it's one of the easiest, if not the easiest one for beginners to learn, especially if you want to move stuff around on your, like have images fly in and fly out and things like that. It's really good at. And picture-in-picture things, really good at that kind of stuff. But no, most people don't use it. Just me. Not just me, but. Greetings from France, Antoine. Hello, good to see you. Here's a question from Jim over 30. I got my highest watch hour day from my live last Thursday, 20 total hours. Awesome. Can you speak more to the power of live streams for watch hours? 100%. Let me fuel up. So, I got into live streams before I was monetized. It was part of my plan to get monetized because I had done live streams. I think 2022 was the first one I did, but in 2024, early 2024, when I put my revised plan in place for growing my channel, I made sure live streaming was a huge part of that because I saw the value. I saw the watch hours I was getting. I was like, wow, I'm getting a lot of watch hours. So the power. So here's the thing. I had I don't know what it was, 2,700 subscribers or something like that at the time. So I had that, but I was at I don't know, maybe 2,500 watch hours. I was nowhere close to the 4,000 that I needed. And I had done the math. I worked it out, and what does it work out to? I think you need around 11 watch hours a day. You have to average that over the course of a year to equal 4,000. So that was the number I had in my head, and I think, what was the other number per month? 333 or something like that per month. And you know, you do a live for an hour, and you get, even if you get 10 people watching all of that, that's 10 hours of watch time. Boom, just like that. Just from your live stream. So the watch hours you get from your live stream while you're live, they count, okay? After you're live and you stop the live and it becomes a video on demand, you still get watch hours. You get credit for the watch hours, people watching it on the replay. Okay, that all counts too. I think last week's live stream that I did, now I think I topped out at 190 some subscribers, which was fantastic. And I think it was almost 3 hours, around 3 hours. I think I got 500 watch hours from that. So, you know, the average person might have stayed maybe 15 minutes. I see right now the average is 13 minutes, 39 seconds. There's been there's 181 people here right now. There's been, here, let me show you, instead of just, so just how you have a visual. So right now, there's 181 people here watching. 400. There's been 491 views. So that means some people have come and gone, right? And then someone else came and went. The average person has watched for 13, almost 14 minutes, and I've been live for 48 or 45 minutes or so. I think I was a few minutes late. So yeah, the average person has watched a third of this live stream so far. But I mean, that average, so 13, so far, so let's call that 13.5 minutes times 492 views. Okay, that's 6,642 minutes divided by how many minutes in an hour? 60. So already I've gotten about 110 hours since I went live, and it's been 45 minutes. So that's the power. Now, when you start live streaming, are you going to have 170 people in your live stream? No, you're not. Well, I shouldn't say that. Maybe you will. Maybe you will. But for the most part, no, you start slow. I started last March, the first one I did with my revised plan in March got 4. I got 4 people showing up. The second week was 7. The third week was 12. 4, 7, 12. And then it didn't continually go up. It went up and down, up and down, up and down. But over the course of a year, it grew to over 100, over 150, and so on. So it's powerful. It's hugely powerful just for the watch hours, but that's not the only reason. Like once you'll quickly know, and I knew this May, right before I got monetized. I saw, wow, my watch hours. I can share that with you. I haven't shared this screen in a while. So let me go back here. This is the stats tracker that you can download if you want. I don't have a link just to the stats tracker anymore. I used to in my description below. I've since redone my lead magnet. So what it is, it's a YouTube Kickstart kit that you can download. Within that, there's a link to get this stats tracker if you want to track your own channel's progress the way I do. So this is what I've done. Ever since I started my channel back in January, I made 9 videos my first month, and then I track. Okay, I got that many views, that many watch hours for the whole month. That's how many new subscribers I got, 3, plus the 3 I started with, so I had 6. These 3 I started with, they were family, my 2 kids and my nephew, right? And I guess they watched my video 18 times, 0.2 of an hour, so they didn't watch much of them. Yeah, anyway, what did I want to show you? So yeah, live streams. So I document how many videos. So then, I went silent, didn't do another video for like 8 months. And then the live streams, I did my first one like over a year later. And the watch hours per month, now remember, you need over 300, isn't it? 4,000 divided by 12 is 334, okay? So it wasn't until I started doing lives here, boom, right there, that's over 334. Now again, that's just a guideline because you need 4,000 over your previous 12 months, plus your 1,000, right, subscribers. So I created this column as a running total, and then this column as a running total just of the last 12 months. So it's this number that you want to, so this number will keep going up, but not this one, because, you know, this one will go up by this much, but then you subtract, 12 months before that, right? So anyways, when I started going live, look at the watch hours per month. This one wasn't quite enough. That one certainly was. I was up to 2,500. Then I went silent again for a long time. Went silent, and it wasn't again. I did a couple things here and there, and then it was here. Well, actually, it was February. I went live there, but then it was later in March. I did 2 live streams. So it was the last 2 weeks of March is when I really started going, and 324 watch hours, 800 the next month, and then 1,300. And at this point, I knew. Well, it was at the end of that month I got monetized. There, I crossed the 4,000 watch hour mark and got monetized. All right, so that's how fast it happened, and I attribute it to these live streams. The growth in total, the live streams will help with your watch hours, but it's far more than that. It's if you believe, like I do, that building relationships with the people who watch your videos is a good thing that will help grow your channel, then go live, because not only can you build relationships by making videos and you start to see the same people commenting on your videos all the time, you answer them, you get to know what their name is, you're calling each other by first name now, perhaps they send you an email, you email back, you're getting to know some people, right, just through videos. Now you throw a weekly live stream into that, now you're making yourself available to them, like live, like I'm right here, hello. You can drop in, you can drop a message in the chat, and I'll answer you like this. Like now, the more you grow, I might not be able to answer you right away. There's that. That can be a problem. But it's a good problem to have. And that's what my members-only live streams are for as well. That helps with that. So like every second Wednesday, I will go live just to members of the channel, and then that is more of a real-time chat. But anyway, my point is, you're making yourself available to the people who already like you because they already like your content anyways, and probably you. So they love that. And then they can ask you questions, you answer them, and then they're more apt to become somebody who wants to watch all of your stuff, and they can't wait for your next video. And it just really helps level everything up. It just adds a whole other level to this. So there you go. How was that, Mohith? Did I talk about that enough? You said, can I speak more to the power of live streams? So I fully believe they are all powerful. I mean, you don't have to do them. Like some people say, well, I don't want to go live. Okay, you don't have to go live. I just think it's, until you try it, like how do you know you're not going to like it? How do you know it's not going to help your channel until you try it? And what's the worst that can happen if you try it? Nobody shows up? Is that really a bad thing? Right? You can always delete it afterwards if you want. If things went so bad, I don't know what could happen that it goes so bad. Maybe you couldn't answer a single question that was asked, and you just feel like, you know what, I don't want that living on my channel. You can delete it, right? And then people, then it's gone. So there you go. Those are my thoughts on it. I've never deleted a live stream. I've had some go wrong. I've had some where I was just messing up all over the place, and I've left them all. They're all there for you to watch. It's a lot, though. I mean, what is it? It's, I think I'm up to almost 110 times, let's say 2 hours average. I know it's more than that. 250 hours of live stream stuff. If you've got some spare time sometime, feel free to check them out. All right, Labor holiday in the States. Forgot it was Tuesday, so hello from Indiana. Hello, Jeff. How you doing? It was a holiday. I always forget when there's holidays. Like when you work for yourself, to me, holidays don't mean a whole lot. Like it was Labor Day here in Canada too on Monday. It's always the first Monday of September in Canada, and I think that's the same in the States. I'm not sure though. Is Labor Day. So yeah, it was a holiday, but I had a coaching call at 6 a.m. on Labor Day with somebody in New Zealand actually. So I think it was 9 p.m. for them or something like that. Yeah. Holidays don't mean a whole lot to me. Well, holiday is different if you go away somewhere. But generally speaking, when people get the day off of work, I don't. But that's okay. I take other days off if I want to. I've been on and off YouTube over the last year or two. Should I still experiment and try to change my direction on the channel? Is it a time game or an engagement game? Hope it makes sense. Time, or I'm not really sure what you're asking, Bushveld. On and off for the last year or two, should I still experiment to try and change my direction on the channel? I mean, yeah, I'm a big believer in experimenting and trying new things. I'll be the first to say, if things aren't growing the way you would like them to, try something new is what I would do. Doesn't mean you have to do a complete 180 and leave your existing subscribers behind. Like if you have an audience already, keep them in mind. Like try to make a video for them, but maybe it's on a slightly different topic than you have been making, right? That's okay. Yeah, try something new. See if you can shake it up. A lot of people, I answered somebody in the comments today who had, I think she had, I want to say she has 20 or 30,000 subscribers, but said that, channel's just not growing anymore. She's kind of flatlined. What should she do? So it can happen at any level. And my suggestion was, you know what, you've like all of your videos kind of look similar. You're doing, not always the same topic, but same style, same everything, right? My suggestion actually was go do a walk and talk, which I didn't see any of them on her channel. Like and she was in all of her videos, right? So there's no fear there. Just do something different. Just speak from the heart. Don't script it, right? Get away from the scripted videos and just, pick a topic that you're, keep your audience in mind, like who's watching your videos and what might they want to hear from you. Do something different that's completely different from the other material on your channel. That's how my channel really blew up last July when I made a pivot like that. I was still talking to my same audience, but my video was different. It wasn't about video editing. It was about more general terms, why older people should start a YouTube channel, why I thought that. And the video went crazy because all of my subscribers were interested in that, and they, more than the other videos I'd been doing, they watched it. It's like everybody, so if you're making how-to videos, 2 and 3 a week, which is what I was doing, how to edit videos. I picked a different skill for every video, how to do this, how to do that, right? I get a bunch of subscribers, they like my content, but if I come out with, how to do something, and half of them already know how to do that thing, they're not going to watch that video. Maybe half of them will, right? But then all of a sudden, they see that I come out with a video talking to them, oh, you edit videos? You should start your own YouTube channel. When I knew most of my viewers didn't have their own YouTube channel, right? They were making videos for their employers or their school or their corporation, their company. They weren't into YouTube, but they were intrigued. It's like, oh, what's this Rob's doing here? Oh, I should start my own YouTube channel. I'm going to watch this one. And I feel like everybody watched that, all my subscribers. And then when YouTube sees that, and they see that they all watched a lot of it, because I was talking off the cuff and I was making mistakes, and that resonated with people. That was different than what I had been doing. When YouTube sees that it did so well with my subscribers, they're like, okay, I think this is a great video. That's what his subscribers are doing. We're going to push this out all over the place. And that's what happened. 100,000 views in less than a week. So that's what could happen, Bushveld, if you make a slight pivot and hit your audience with something a little bit different, something they're not used to, you might be pleasantly surprised. So I hope that helps. Hey, Steve, Rocky, how you doing? Hey, folks. Just every once in a while, I look at the current chat over here. Try to keep current with who's here. Andrew Bulmer's here. Sea Spray Films. YouTube over 60. Welcome. Escaping the Suburbs. Yes. Jim over 30. YouTube over 60. Hi, Steve. YouTube over 60. Is that you, Karen? I can't really tell. Maybe it is. Maybe you changed your name. It's me, Catherine. Catherine, sorry, that's what I meant. Yeah, Karen has YouTube over 40. Catherine, that's a different channel name, Catherine. Do you change your channel name, or do you have another channel name now? Because it was, maybe your other one was just your personal one, and I thought you were here personally. Maybe you're signed in twice. A second channel. Well done. Awesome. Awesome. I like what you did, because I think, if my eyes aren't deceiving me, it looks like your avatar is the same, but with a red background instead of yellow. So that's clever. Distinguish the two, but yet make it clear that it is the same person, because I looked at that, even though it was really, really small over on this screen, I could tell it was you. Awesome. Awesome. Now it's a race. See which channel does the best. Vinyl Brew Lounge. Hi, Rob. Started my channel exactly 1 month ago today. Welcome to the YouTube universe. 53 subs and 15,000 views later. Awesome. I'm jacked. Thank you, and thank you, Bobby Hunter. Awesome, Bobby. That's great. So what'd you say? 1 month ago today, 53 subs. Holy cow. So yeah, if you were here a few minutes ago, I just showed how I had 3. I had 3 my first month. So there you go. 53. You're on a healthier track than I was when I started. So good for you. Keep that ball rolling. Eric, how important is it to make shorts from your longer videos? How much should you really focus on this, and what's the best way to make shorts from longer videos? Thanks. Great question. I don't know that I have the answer for you, and this is going to give me a little bit of an opportunity to talk about this and my thoughts on this. Shorts versus longs, okay? And I talked about this a little bit in my last video, but you'll see, you can find videos arguing for and against you doing shorts if your focus is on longs, which one you should do, right? There's all kinds of opinions out there, and everybody's saying that their opinion is the right one. And the answer, I mean, the fact of the matter is nobody knows. Okay, nobody knows. If somebody says, oh, you got to do it this way because of this, well, that's a good argument, but you don't really know. And, until you test something. So, for example, my school of thought is they are two different skill sets: making long form videos and being successful with them, and making short form videos and having a successful channel with them. It's different. It's a different skill set. I look at shorts as more of an entertainment thing, but I suppose it doesn't have to be. But much faster hitting, right? You've got to get to the point. You've got to, you want people to be able to watch it over and over and over again, right? So there's some tricks. Right? If the very last scene of a short, let's say the short's 15 seconds long, and maybe it's text is popping up, going away, new text popping up, going away. And then the last scene, text pops up, gone, like really fast. So then it starts over again, and so that you have to watch it 2, 3, 4 times before you can read all of what was on that last slide. So that's a trick. Now, does that work? I don't know. I am not a successful shorts channel. People are doing it, so that would lead me to believe that it has worked at one point. Whether it does still or not, I don't know. Like maybe just like this whole, small YouTubers gather here thing. Maybe that did work at one point. It doesn't now, but maybe it did, and maybe that's why so many people do it, right? So that's all I can say about that little trick on shorts. But my point is, there are different sets of things you can do to be successful with your shorts video than with long form. Long form is my focus, and I'm learning things as I go. I'm learning that I can leave mistakes in, and people like it when I do that. I'm learning that I can put bloopers at the end, and people like it when I do that. Makes me more relatable. Makes them feel better, because they're always messing up trying to start their videos, so it makes them feel good to see that I do too, right? So these are the things I'm learning as I go. I'm learning that when I do a walk and talk video, I tend to have more people sticking around and watching for longer than if I'm just sitting in my office. And I feel like it's because the background is always changing, which means I don't have to put as much B-roll in, which means I don't have to edit it as much, right? These are the things I'm learning with long form, because that's what I'm focusing on. Now, I have shorts on my channel. The only shorts I have on my channel, though, are, except for a few experimental things I did a couple years ago, or last year, over a year ago. Except for that, the shorts that I have on my channel are basically clips from my long form videos. And I just used Opus Clip, an AI service that does it automatically. I used that service to generate them. And you can plug your video URL, your YouTube URL link to your video, into Opus Clip, and click once, and then 10 minutes later you've got 20 or 30 short form videos created automatically. You can go through them and download which ones you like and whatnot, and then just upload them. Done. All ready with the captions, all done. That is the only effort I put into shorts right now when I do them. And it's been, I think I did a couple last month in August, and then before that I think I did a couple in April. Before that, it was last October I did a few, right? So they're few and far between, and only because, I'm thinking, maybe it's okay, maybe it's good for branding, right? Maybe if somebody who normally watches my stuff, maybe they're, I don't know, maybe they're in the bathroom and they're scrolling, right? Or they're just sitting outside, they're just scrolling, killing time, laying in bed at night, going through YouTube Shorts, and my face pops up. It's like, oh yeah, Rob, I should check out his videos tomorrow. So bing, just a reminder. So that's really the only reason I do it, just so that it's a little bit of branding, okay? Now, what some people are saying is, and some reputable people, gurus if you want to call them that, is that shorts are hurting your channel. Don't even have them on your channel. Delete them. They hurt your channel. If your focus is on long form, they're going to hurt your channel. And the nearest I can tell is the argument is that, if anybody wants to chime in, feel free. But I feel like their argument is, if, let's say me, because my focus is longs, if I also do shorts, and let's say I do get some subscribers from shorts, okay, then that's inflating my subscriber count. But then when I put out a long form video, those shorts subscribers may not watch the long because they're only interested in watching shorts. And there's some truth to that. Like, people who watch shorts. They're not going to subscribe to shorts so that they can then watch your long form video later. In most cases. In some cases, sure, they will. But so that could be driving my subscriber count numbers up, but yet my results when I post a new long form video, they're not any better, which means on average, the total might be going down. The average of subscribers that watch my long form videos is going down. Okay, I understand that argument. However, let me just say, my feeling is that, don't you think YouTube is smart enough to know where subscribers came from? If they know a subscriber, they subscribe because they watch shorts, and this person always watches shorts, don't you think they're gonna that's accounted for in like when they're deciding how far to push your longs? They're only going to push it to people who subscribe from longs. That's what I feel like. I feel like the YouTube algorithm is smart enough to distinguish between the two. And so therefore, my thinking is that the shorts I have on my channel are not hurting my channel. They're just there for branding. Now, having said that, am I correct? I don't know. I don't know. Maybe. I think my argument sounds good. It's solid. If you guys want to poke holes in it, go right ahead, because I'd love to. Like, I'm all for that. Let's figure this out. Like, I'd love nothing better than to sit in a room and talk with a bunch of other people about this kind of thing, just to try to figure out, I wonder how it works. And, I won't listen to people that will just tell me this is the way it is, and I'm not going to listen to any other arguments against it. This is the way it is, and I'm going to live and die on this opinion. No, that doesn't work with me at all in anything. I have an engineering background, so science-based. I want to hear arguments, pros, cons, and I'll make my own opinion. Thank you very much. Right? So, and then whatever I feel like my opinion is, I will make videos about it, and I'll lay it all out there. I think this because of that. I think not that because of that as well. And anyways, I've probably talked enough about that. But Mike says, I use shorts to advertise my longs doing outdoor adventures. Advertise my lungs? Is that a typo? Shorts to advertise your longs. I mean, I've done that too. I don't know how much it works, really. It might get a couple other people in. But again, they watch shorts. Shorts watchers watch shorts. That's what they were doing when they found your short. So do they want to watch your long? No, most of them probably don't. They're just still scrolling through shorts. That's the other thing too. Like, how many people actually scroll through shorts and subscribe to people? I don't. Maybe that's just me, but I don't. You are in a large room with a bunch of people. Yes, I am. I just have to look at the current chat a little bit more. Here, let me bring this back up to the current. Yeah, I am in a, yes. My shorts get more views. And you know what? And perhaps you're better at making shorts than you are at making longs. Like, some people are better at one than the other. And so that's when people ask me, should I make shorts or should I make longs? Like, what's the better one to make? And the answer is whatever you think, like whatever you enjoy making the most, whichever one you decide you like to do the most and you want to learn more about is what I would suggest. I will say this though, I have noticed that shorts can get, like, they start off, I shouldn't say they always start off, sometimes they get a ton of, like, shorts could get a lot of views in a very short period of time. But like when I do the math, like revenue, like RPM, if you do that calculation, my RPM on my channel is usually, well, this month was lower than it has been. This past month was $6.15. So that's on average, I earn $6.15 per 1,000 views of my long form videos. All right. It's been as high as 8, 9, into the 9s, never hit 10. Some videos, I've had videos do like $16 per 1,000. It's on a video by video basis, on a month by month basis. It's all based on what advertisers are paying for their ads on your videos at that time. And they're bidding on keywords and stuff. So anyways, why did I even go down that road? Yeah, so let's say $6 to $8 is normally my RPM on my videos for long form. For short form, it's more like 40 cents. 40 cents is what I earn, like 0.4 of a dollar if you're not used to the dollars, per 1,000 shorts views. So you do need a lot more views on shorts to make any amount of money from it. Chaido, can you add a thumbnail on a video that was a live stream and it already posted? Absolutely. Yeah. It's just like any other video. You can always go back and change it. So my live streams, lately I've been using the same thumbnail for my live streams. I just click reuse settings and when I set up my live stream for the week. But if I wanted to, I can go back in and change it. If I share my screen, let's get that out of there. Let's get this out of there. Where am I? Let's go back to YouTube Studio. Go to Content. Okay, so videos. Any video, you can go back and change your thumbnail. Just click Details here. And you scroll down, and right here, you can click and upload a file. You can change your thumbnail by just uploading a new file. Okay, if I go back, you didn't ask about that. You asked about lives. So if I click on Live, here's all my live streams. There's the one I'm live now. See? Live. So there's that. But if I went back to, okay, that was an unlisted one. If I go back to this one, this was last week's, I believe, August 26th. Yeah, I can click in here. And wow, that was 3 hours and 20 minutes. I forgot it. That was a long one. So this is just like a regular video. This was the live stream. I can come down here and I can I not? Yeah, just hover here. So this is my thumbnail. This is YouTube giving me choices, right? It'll auto-generate a couple thumbnails. I never do that. So this is the one I uploaded. I can click here. I can change my thumbnail. If I click that, upload a new one at any time. You can change it as often as you want. I just don't. I just leave them all the way through my lives. They're all, I don't know. I don't see, the way I look at live streams is not the same as a regular video. I go live usually once a week. And when I go live, I get a lot of people in the lives, and that's awesome. And then when I stop the live streams, I go in there and I'll turn monetization on. So I'll just show you that real quick. So this live right now, monetization, it's off. Okay, I could turn that on right now, and then you guys would probably all get an ad. So I'm not going to do that. But if you go back down here, the one last week, it's on now. So when I stop this live stream, for those of you who maybe you're not monetized yet, but you want to be, and so this is how it will work. I have it off now because I don't want you to miss any of what I'm saying. I would be interrupted by an ad, and you'll miss that part of whatever I'm saying while the ad's playing if I had that on right now. So I'll come back in here and I will change that to on. I'll click this, I'll change that to on when I'm done. Sometimes I forget, and it's a couple hours later, and I think, oh crap, I didn't turn monetization on. Right? So a couple hours, I might have lost $10, or probably not even that. Actually, it's not a lot. But my point is, with live streams and the whole thumbnail thing, I get views after the fact. People watch it on the replay, especially people in the other side of the world who, it's the middle of the night right now. They can't really watch it live, so they'll watch it later. But all through the week, between now and before next Tuesdays, I'll get a lot of views, right? A lot of people are watching it on the replay. But then, next Tuesday, I'm going to go live again. From that point on, very few people are going to go back and watch an older live. I mean, some people do, but for the most part, no. For the most part, you want to watch the latest one, and that's probably it because they're 3 hours long, right? If my lives were only half an hour long, then maybe you'd go back in the catalog and watch more of the older ones. But I make that kind of hard for you. Unless you have unlimited time, you could watch all these. I'd appreciate it, I suppose, but don't feel you have to. So you know what I mean? So because of that, because after a week, because I do it weekly, after a week, my old lives don't get a lot of attention. I don't I just don't spend the time to update those thumbnails. I just don't think it's necessary. So there you go. Those are my thoughts on that. I'm going to go, Nicola says, I'm going to go concentrate on more lives as well when I start my healthy eating without deprivation program. Sounds great. Sounds great. How do you share your, break the English ice, how do you share your screen while live streaming? I use a program called Ecamm Live. Ecamm Live is software that is available for Macs only. If you have a PC or Windows-based computer, then you can use something like OBS. Meld Studio is a new one that you can also use. You can use StreamYard. That's a browser-based service, or Restream, or what's the other one? Riverside. Those are browser-based services. So yeah, you can share your screen with any of those. Even if you just go live from YouTube Studio, you can share your screen. You just don't have, it's very basic. Like you don't have any control over where you go. Like you will go down in the lower right corner. Right, with Ecamm Live, I can move stuff around. I can share this screen. I can move, right? I can click and move myself around over to here if I want. All kinds of different things you can do. I'll just put it back up in the top corner. I can resize myself like this, right? Control Z will go back. There's just, you have a lot more control when you use software to connect to your YouTube. Use live streaming software to connect to your YouTube account and go live from the software. Okay, I don't click go live in YouTube Studio. I click it in Ecamm Live, and it launches things. So, and that's how I have all different scenes set up. So me and the screen, I've got that set up. I've got the peanut can. Where is she? Oh, she's up there now. So this is my iPhone, by the way. You can't see that, but there we go. I use my iPhone as another camera source. You can do that with Ecamm Live. You can have different camera sources. So let's just put that up there maybe. There we go. All right, so yeah, there you go. So I hope that helped. No problem. Hey Rob, do you enable Brand Connect on YouTube Studio? I have not done that. I have not done that. That's something to do with getting brand deals and things like that. No, I have not. I might look at that more soon. And this is from Walking Visuals, by the way. Yeah, I might look more into that soon. I just have not. It's not something I've done yet. I have had brand deals before, but they reached out to me directly. But I get a lot. I get a lot of what looks like spam or even scam requests to collaborate, but most of them are for not for things that I would want to make videos about anyways. Like a lot of different AI tools are reaching out to me, and I don't know if they're real or not. They don't look like they are. Even if they are, though, I would only want to have a brand deal from a company that I use their stuff. Like if Apple wanted to reach out to me, DJI, Sony, what else? Stream Deck, Elgato. All stuff that I use, right? I'd be game for things like that. But a random company, even if they want to pay me money to do it, I don't like, because my primary goal here is, well, I'm building a business, okay? To do that, the main thing I think about is build an audience, right? And connect with my audience. That's what I'm doing here. Live streaming, building an audience, reinforcing the connection we're building. I make videos to try to grow the audience, right? So that's what I'm doing. And oh, by the way, there are some services that I offer, and a small percentage of the people who get to know me and like the way I either talk or the information I provide, right? I'll get some business from a percentage of the audience that I'm building. So that's kind of my goal. If I were to make a video accept a brand deal from a company that, it might not be something I use or I endorse or want to endorse, that would be doing my viewers a disservice. Okay, so because I'm hopefully building trust with you guys and people that watch my videos. So I feel like I would lose some trust if I started just accepting brand deals from companies that I don't necessarily endorse. So anyway, that took me too long to say what I wanted to say. Time for another drink. Okay, there's a quick question I can answer real quick. Life over 80 has a question. I only have 8 subscribers. I'm thinking of changing my niche. Should I use my same channel or start a new channel? I mean, it would be very easy just to start a new channel because 8 subscribers is all you have. I mean, I shouldn't say all. I mean, that's great that you have some subscribers, but the point is you've basically just started, and if that's not growing, absolutely you can change your niche. Whether you do it on another channel or not really depends on what your new niche is going to be about. So think about your audience. Think about those 8 people, right? What video? Maybe do some digging. Why did they subscribe to you? What video did they watch that resulted in them subscribing to you? And you can find that out. And then ask yourself, okay, this new content that I want to make now, would they be interested in it? If not, if it's something so totally different, it's not something they're interested in, then just start a new channel. Definitely. If it's somewhat related and you think those 8 might be interested in this new stuff too, then you could just, maybe make a video that kind of explains what you're doing. You know what? I'm doing a little bit of a pivot. If I'm going to be talking about this now, and you can even say, those of you who aren't interested in what I'm going to be talking about, feel free to unsubscribe. And those who are, I hope you stick around, right? You could do that. So either way. Diana, do you monetize as an affiliate or brand deal? What other monetization streams are you optimizing? So the term monetize, when people say that, they're generally talking about AdSense from YouTube, earning money from YouTube directly. And that's usually all they're talking about. But the term monetize could, like you've alluded to, could also mean other ways to make money. So the answer is yes. You can monetize in multiple different ways. You don't have to just rely on YouTube. And now, the money you can earn from YouTube, you can only earn that money if you have 1,000 subscribers, 4,000 watch hours. Those are YouTube's monetization rules. But, before you get there, when you start a brand new channel, if you have no subscribers, right, you can set up a business and start selling whatever, other things if you want to. You don't need to wait for YouTube to tell you, oh, you can monetize now. No, you can monetize whenever you want. You just can't monetize with YouTube earn money directly from them until you meet their rules. So yeah, affiliate brand. I have affiliate. I get affiliate sales. I'm an affiliate for Amazon, for Epidemic Sound, for Camtasia. I've got links to all that stuff down below. Whenever you see a special link in my descriptions below my videos and live streams, those are companies that I am an affiliate of. And then what happens is if you click a link and you end up ordering something from them, I'll earn a small commission. Like with Amazon, you don't pay any more, you pay the same, but I would still earn a commission. With some of the other ones, like Camtasia, you actually get a discount. Like you would be able to use my link, you get it for 10% less than other people do, and oh yes, I also earn a commission, right? So, and Epidemic Sound has a deal as well. I think it's 50% off the first couple of months or something. I've got it written down below, right? So you can get these deals and monetize in a bunch of different ways. So my advice would be to think about what it is you're making videos about, and then think about what you use that's related to that. If there's any equipment that you're recommending that people use or services you recommend they use, like those would be good candidates for you to maybe reach out to and become an affiliate of them, right? And then maybe you could start earning affiliate commissions well before you're monetized by YouTube. So there you go. Never seem to be able to keep subscribers. What am I doing wrong? I've got no way to tell you. I have no idea what you're doing wrong. If you want to keep subscribers, you got to provide them value. That's the bottom line. You've got to provide them value, and you've got to give them a reason to want to watch your next video, which they haven't seen yet. Obviously, you haven't come up with another video. People subscribe to you if they want to hear and see more of you, right? So give them a reason to want to come back. So whether you're being helpful to them or entertaining to them or whatever it is, you got to provide value with them, answer their questions, right? Like try to get them to leave you comments that you will then reply to, respond to, right? All these things can help build trust with them, help build a connection with them. Then they're more apt to want to subscribe and hang around longer. But that's the way you have to think about it. I think too many people, and I'm not saying you're one, I don't know, but I think too many people feel like if they just make videos of whatever they want to make, in whatever way they want to make them, then they're going to make money on YouTube. And that is not correct. That's not going to work that way. If you want to make money on YouTube, which means you want to grow a YouTube channel, if you want to grow a YouTube channel, then you have to think about your viewers, right? You have to make content that they want to see, not that you want to make, that they want to see. That's the way it works. And to that, I get a surprising number of people that say to me, but I don't want to be married to the algorithm. I don't want to have to listen to the algorithm. I want to make whatever I want to make. And to that I say, all the power to you. Like, make whatever you want to make, but don't expect it to pay you for that, right? If you're just doing what you want to do and you know, you don't care whether people like it or not, well, then you obviously don't want. I mean, I don't know how you can have that attitude and expect people just to subscribe to you just out of the goodness of their heart. They're only going to do that if they feel like they're going to get some value from you into the future, right? And that value could be helpful information. That value could be entertainment. So maybe you're a gaming channel. I see you have it looks like Halo, your avatar. So I'm going out on a limb here and thinking maybe it's a gaming channel. And if it is, I believe you got to provide either entertainment value, like be really entertaining or real funny or whatever, somewhere along those lines, or maybe you're coaching people through, you know, on how to get better at playing Halo or whatever game you stream, right? You could, you know, if you're doing that, that's another way a gaming channel could monetize. It could actually help people get to the next level or whatever, right? But in some way, you got to provide value. You have to provide value, and you have to value in a way that the viewers feel like, oh, I'm going to get more value if I subscribe. You know, when you come out with another video, I'm going to get more value there, so I'm going to subscribe. So give them a reason. Give them a reason to want to come back and see more of you. Yes, exactly. Okay, cool. Very good. Belgian guy's got a question. Is it harder to make it on YouTube when your native language isn't English? My videos are in English, but I believe it's harder for us. I think I'm going to disagree with you. I had a coaching call earlier this week with Jackie was her name, and she does not. I mean, she speaks English, but she doesn't feel like she speaks very good English. It's her second language. But great camera presence, great content, and I'll tell you the same thing I told her. As an English-only speaker, okay, I know a little bit of French, and I might be able to understand a little bit of Spanish, but other than that, English only. If somebody who doesn't have English as their first language is making videos in English and they're doing the best that they can, right? And as long as I understand what they're saying, I am, and maybe not everybody's like this, but I feel like most people would be, I'm very appreciative of that, right? I appreciate somebody going out of their way or doing the best that they can to speak in a language that I can understand, right? You know, I couldn't do that. Like, I can't speak Italian or I can't speak Spanish. I can speak a tiny bit of French and English. That's it. So anybody who has learned another language and is speaking that language, you know, hats off to you. I'm impressed. And that's awesome. And I appreciate that, especially if you've got information that I want to hear. Then I'm very appreciative that you did that. I thank you for that. Not only that, but I feel like I lost my thought. I feel like what's I going to say? Hang on. See, this is what a lot of people say that you like. You like this when I forget my thought, but at the time my brain is just going whoom, whoom, whoom. What was I saying? I had another reason. YouTuber from Italy here. Monetize hit 10K subs in 2 months thanks to Rob's, Ty's, and Kevin's advice. Awesome. Paola, way to go. Yeah, so I know what I was going to say. If English is not your first language and you are making videos in English, even if, and this is something else Jackie said, like there's some big words that I don't know. I don't know all of the English language vocabulary. To that I say, like, neither do I. There's a lot of big words in English. I don't know them all, even though it's my only language, right? There's words I don't know. I mean, somebody could use a word right now, and I'd have to use a dictionary to figure out what it means. So you do the best you can. I feel like today, it doesn't matter. Like, it's not as important to be perfect in your English. If it's broken English, or you're using simpler words, or you can't quite find the word what you want to describe, but you describe it in another way, that's all good. It all works. It's fine. If you get your point across and I understand what you're trying to say, that's good enough for me. And the other thing I wanted to add is a lot of times, if you're speaking English and it's not normally your language, you're going to have an accent. To me, like, accent is a funny thing. Like, to me, somebody out west, Western Canada, has an accent. Somebody in New York, Boston, different accent than me. New Zealand, right? Catherine, you have an accent. That's what I say. But you probably say, I have an accent, because to you, you're right. So what I'm trying to get at is the word, if you say somebody has an accent, what you really mean is, your accent is different than what I'm used to. And if I hear somebody speaking English in an accent different than what I'm used to, a lot of times I think that sounds pretty cool. I think that's pretty cool, right? Like, if I'm just going around my day-to-day here in Atlantic Canada, and some people in the rest of Canada think we have an accent, right? People in the United States think I have an accent. About, right? I mean, maybe you don't think my accent is cool, but in most cases, in all cases, I think other people's accents are cool. So what I'm trying to say is, don't worry if you don't sound exactly like me or the people you're trying to reach. If you don't feel like your English, if you feel like the accent is a bit different, that is not a negative. That's a positive, right? If you feel like you're tripping over some words, you can't find all the words, that's not a negative. That's a positive. It's not, positive might not be the right word. It's a characteristic of you. It's part of you. That's what you are. And the more videos you make, you will naturally attract the right people to your channel. The subscribers you get, you're going to get because they like the information you're providing, they like the way you speak, they like the way you look, they like the way you carry yourself, they like how fast you speak, how slow you speak, whatever it is, all the things that make up who you are. That's part of the reason they subscribe to you. Okay? So I guess my best advice to everybody, not just English as a second language speakers, my best advice to everybody is try not to pretend. Don't be somebody you're not. Don't try to sound a certain way because you think that's what you need to sound like. Just be yourself. I can't stress that enough. You got to be yourself. Being yourself is the easiest person in the world for you to act like, right? If you try to talk like, I don't know, Tom Hanks. I don't know why his name popped into my head, but anybody, pick a name. You want to sound like that person. It's going to be hard. And now, guess what? People get used to that. You're going to have to duplicate that every time. Unless you're an actor, an actress, and that's what you do, That's going to be really hard to do. Be yourself. Be yourself. That's the easiest person in the world for you to replicate every time you make a video. Just be yourself. Talk the way you normally do. If you mess up and you trip over your words, leave it in. I do. People don't mind. They tell me they like it. So there you go. I was worried about my accent yesterday, my live, but at the end it didn't even matter. No, it doesn't matter. And the people who subscribe to your channel will end up subscribing to you because they like the way you sound. Accent, no accent, whatever. Right? Thank you for clearing up the shorts issue. No issue, no problem. I'm not sure I cleared anything up. Those are just my thoughts. I want to emphasize that. Whatever I said on how I think shorts work, should you do them? Should you delete them? Should you? Some people are saying they're privating all their shorts because they think it's hurting their channel. I don't necessarily believe it hurts your channel, but again, who knows? Who knows? All you can do is try, private them and see what happens, right? And that might not even tell you. Nothing might, change, or you might get even less views. You might even get more views. Whatever happens, you might draw a conclusion from it. But that's the thing with science. If you change more than one variable and something changes, how do you know what caused that change? It could have been the privatizing of the shorts, or it could have been, your content was actually better in that next video, right? It's hard to know. So you just got to keep doing it. Keep making videos. Keep trying new things, and you get a clearer and clearer picture of how things work for you, right? What works for you might not work for everybody else. So that's the other thing. Like, people call themselves gurus and giving out advice on how things work. A lot of times what works for them might not work for you. What works for me might not work for you. What works for you might not work for me. Like, everybody's got to test things on their own. And the way you do that is you just keep making videos. Every new video you upload to your channel is a new set of data that YouTube gets now in trying to learn who you are and who you're trying to reach and who is the ideal person to watch that video. So keep giving YouTube more data, right? Upload more videos, or do more shorts, or do more lives, right? So anyway, I feel like I'm preaching. I don't want to come across that way. Empty. But I have another. There wasn't enough in that to last 3 hours. I knew that. Oh, my neck is stiff. How's everybody doing? How am I doing? I know I've probably missed a lot of people's questions. Once heard average person's vocabulary is about 5,000 words, while professors may have up to 20,000 words. Don't remember if that is about Germany, but I guess it's the same in every language. I'm sure it's the same in every language. I'm sure. I mean, maybe some languages are simpler than others. I don't really know. I'm not a linguistics guy, but that could be. Nick, I have quite a deep voice, but your audience will like it, I find. I get told I got a soothing voice. There you go, Steve. Yeah, you do, Steve. Very soothing. When you go live, do you write a description and add tags and thumbnails before you start? You know what? I'm going to check. I don't remember, because what I do now, I just say, yeah, when I set up a live stream, I say, yeah, just use the last settings I used. Oh, for description, no, it gets automatically put in from my default description. So my description is the same with all my videos now. I've got some affiliate links, linked to my coaching, linked to my courses, stuff like that. And it's the same for all. The thing is, the description is not as important as it used to be. Like, you don't have to put keywords and stuff in there because YouTube is transcribing your videos anyways. So they know what keywords and whatnot are in your video. You don't have to add that to your description. Some people don't put anything in their descriptions. Tags, though, same thing. I don't think they're that important, but I still put them in. I use ChatGPT to generate my tags. I just don't remember what I have in tags for my live. Let's go find out. I know it's the same with all of them. So let's just go back to my last, it would be in here. Tags. Let's see, what tags do I have in here? Oh, none. No tags. And my description is, like I say, this is all, I've written this out and I've put it in my settings for my default description so that whenever I upload a video or start a live, that goes in there. I could add, like I could change it. I could, type in here and type something else new in there if I want to, but I'm not going to. So there you go. That is what I do. I'm doing great, Rob. Thank you, Brad. Thank you. Doing the best that I can. How do I become a channel member? I'm already subscribed. So yeah, channel members are different than subscribing. I'm not sure if I'd be able to show you because it's my own channel. But basically, if you watch a video, yeah, I can show you. Yeah, it's here. Okay, nice facial expression. Let's go on to something else. So yeah, here's my video. Okay, so when you're watching any of my videos, you scroll down to the bottom here, pretty much where it normally says, now this is vidIQ stuff added, but it's this join button here. It's probably beside the button that says subscribed if you're subscribed to my channel, or subscribe if you're not subscribed to a channel, right? There should be a join button. You click on that. There's a little video here. You can stop that. It's $4.99 Canadian a month. I thought it was $4.99 US, but anyway, I'm not sure. Whatever it says for you. And yeah, so that, so everybody, you can start offering memberships when you have, I think it's 500 subscribers and 3,000 watch hours. So it's like an intermediate level of monetization. When you get there, you can join the YouTube Partner Program and offer memberships and accept super chats and things like that. Okay, so then you can set this up, and I could have set up multiple levels if I wanted to, and I could, the other things I could do, I could give you advanced notice of videos that I'm releasing. That doesn't make sense for me though, because if I have a video ready, I just like to publish it. I'm excited to get it out there, right? I don't feel like I want to post it only to members for the first week, and then week 2 it goes out to everybody. I don't want to wait that long. So what I do is I do special live streams twice a month, every 2 weeks, sometimes every 3 weeks if I have to skip a week, but generally it's twice a month, and it's on Wednesdays, every second Wednesday, same time, so 2 o'clock my local time. And I go live anywhere from, it's been close to 2 hours, but 90 minutes to 2 hours. And it's usually, I think last time we got over 20 people in there. Yeah, and I think I have, I want to say 90-ish members, which is fantastic, is great. But usually 15 to 20 people show up in there. So when you ask questions in those, I get to answer all of them. I haven't yet not been able to answer everything, right? Because it's just a little more intimate setting. It's just same thing as this, but I get to watch all of the comments and answer all of them. All right, so that is what that is. We would listen even if Rob would preach. Here's a question. Do you have any tips or advice on how to use the community tab to grow subscribers and sales? Yeah, so the community tab, the way I look at that is another way to connect with your audience. So you can connect with them in the comments section of your videos, right? Encourage them to leave comments or leave questions. Ask a question in your video to encourage them to leave an answer below in the comments. So that's one way. Live streams is another way. Community posts is another way. So you can use that to advertise upcoming videos. You can use it to advertise. So advertising is one way, like just to let them know what's going on in your life. You could use it for behind the scenes, short little video of you playing with your cat, right? And just post that on the community post. Said, I'm just kind of between videos here, just having fun. What's everybody up to, right? And then people will answer. You could do that. You can use it to launch a poll if you want to hear from your audience. And I want to, maybe you have 3 ideas for videos to make. I've done this before. I got 3 ideas for videos. I don't know which one to make. I'm gonna ask in my community post. I haven't posted in a few days, so I'll say, yeah, I'm thinking of 3 videos. What should I make? This one, or this one? And then people can vote, right? And so I've done that before. Quite often I will post there in my community post. Actually, I'll just kind of show you. Rob over here. Posts here. Same, it used to be called the community tab, same thing. But like this one here, the trail is open. I recorded a video earlier this morning and editing it now, probably 2 hours before it's uploaded to YouTube, and I'm including bloopers in this one, LOL, stay tuned. So yeah, I basically let people know yesterday that a video is coming, okay, in about 2 hours. And it was about 2 hours later that I posted the video. So I use it for that. This was the same thing. I let people know about an hour away. You know, I'll do that if I'm running late. Like usually I like to post a video around 10 a.m. my time, 9 a.m. Eastern. And if I know I'm running late, I might put a post out. Say, hold up, don't go away yet. Like I will come up with a video. So in my mind, that's what I'm doing. Same thing here. I just published a new video. Oh, okay, that wasn't an ad. That was I just published a new video. Okay, so that one. This afternoon I'll be doing a special live stream, so another ad thing. Big news, live streaming made easy, a course announcement. This was one I went live on Riva Reveals channel, so I advertised that I was doing that. Actually, no, sorry, it wasn't on Riva's channel. Riva was on that live. It was on Karen's channel, YouTube Over 40. Yeah, so those are some, there's a behind the scenes one. In the middle of creating the Beginner's Guide to Live Streaming. I since called it Live Streaming Made Easy. I changed the name. That was just a shot of me. Yeah, so anyway, give you some ideas as what you can use that for. Just another way to stay in touch with your audience. If you're running late on posting a video, if you're going to miss a week and you're used to, and your audience is used to seeing a video from you every week, that's a good way to keep in touch and just let them know what's going on. Hey Karen, how you doing, Karen? Good to see you. Welcome. Let's see. Nechi Iki? I hope I said that right. First time joining your live. Welcome. Thanks for joining. I hope you enjoy. Luke has another question. What's been your most rewarding and memorable moment on your YouTube journey, except monetization? I have to think about that. I mean, I love doing this. I don't know. I'm trying to think. I mean, there's been so many. There's been, I mean, I get excited when videos do well, when I get shout outs from people. Lately, I've been loving dropping in on people's live streams. You know, other people are live streaming, and I know they normally come to mine, so I'll drop in and say hi. That's fun. I like doing that. Getting monetized was memorable. Yeah. Hitting 50,000 subscribers was great. That was memorable. Launching my first course was memorable. Welcome, William. I see you figured it out. New channel member. Welcome. I should create another animation and sound effect for new channel members. I don't know why I haven't done that yet. I've got one for super chats, but I should create another one for channel members. Yeah, you know, when I started interviewing other people and having them on my channel, that was exciting. So I had Alexa was I think she was the first one. You know, that was exciting. When Brian G. Johnson agreed to come on, that was exciting. That was awesome. Right? I've been watching him for a long time. Nick Nimmin dropping in on one of my live streams. That was exciting. D. Nimmin was here last week. That's exciting. So all these things are all little wins and makes it all worthwhile. So, and here I'd like to press a button again. Let's just do the super. Sig and Moto, another new channel member. Let's just press that button there. I know it's a super chat. But we do that for Sig and Moto and William Tucker too. I should give you one as well. Let's do it again. 2 new channel members. So just imagine that says channel member, welcome. Prodigal Aquarius, interview lives are a great idea as well. I've interviewed several people on their channels, always goes down well. Yeah, it's been a lot of fun. That's another one. I did one when I had 3 guests. So that was Brian G. Johnson, Alexa, and Ty Myers. I had all three of them on, and the four of us had like a roundtable chat. And that was a live we did for, I think we were on for an hour and a half, or maybe even close to 2 hours. I can't remember. Anyway, it's in my live stream, in my live tab on my channel. That was a lot of fun, right? That was a lot of fun. So, yeah. All righty. Oh, William says no join button, but you must have found it. Maybe it's called something else, or maybe you're on your phone. I think sometimes it's not shown on phones, I've heard. Oh, here we go. You won't see a join button on a movie device. Log into YouTube on a PC. There you go. Thank you. Have you posted any videos to it yet? Oh yeah, her new channel. Catherine's got a new channel. YouTubers over 60. There it is, right there. Once heard. Checked with Chatty. Numbers are different, but academics can have double as big vocabulary. Oh, okay. Very good. Are chats saved or savable? Yeah, so when you're creating a live stream, you're asked the question. And you need to check off chat replay. Okay, if you don't check that, then they're not saved. And I think once or twice I did not have that checked, because there's a couple of my live streams where the chat's not available. But now mine all are. You can't, if you don't check it ahead of time, you can't get it back. It'll be gone. But also keep in mind, when I go live now, so I'm live now, obviously, and we're doing the chat. Okay, when this is over, the chat replay won't be available right away, and it sometimes takes several hours before it's available. And then you'll see, if you go back like the next day, there should be a button that says live chat replay. You click that and it'll open it up. So as long as I've checked that box, which I always do. I always do now anyway. Let's see. Enriching hobbies. How impactful is having other social media channels for your YouTube presence? I see you have Instagram. We don't use Instagram, but are thinking we should add some other social media too. So yeah, I still have a TikTok account. I still have a Facebook page and Instagram. I don't do Twitter. I don't do, what's the other one? Threads. My thinking on it now is no, it's not, like, they're all different, right? They're all different. I almost look at it a little bit like Shorts, in that it's just another way for branding to get your face out there, I suppose. But really, if people see me on Instagram, does that mean, oh, I need to go over to YouTube to watch his videos? That may happen from time to time, but for the most part, people are on Instagram because they like Instagram, right? They don't like YouTube, they're on Instagram, right? So now, when you see my channel, you'll see, like in my description, you'll see that I do post an Instagram handle there. And I even hummed and hawed about that. Do I even need that? Well, what I've found is, like, I've never been a big user of Instagram myself, but some people are. And some people like to communicate that way. So because of that, I've left it in for people who want to reach out to me via DMs in Instagram as opposed to email. I guess I'm a little bit more old school. I think email is probably enough. Like YouTube, email. I don't really see the value in having a chance. It's not. There was a time that I thought, okay, if you create a business, you should have a presence in all of these places, right, to try to drive as much traffic as you can to your business. But the way I'm looking at this is YouTube is the business, and I want to get good at attracting YouTube traffic on YouTube. Well, let's just work on that, right? All of these other platforms have their own ways of growing on, right? Which, I'm just not an expert in any of those. I'm not an expert in anything, but if I were to say, I know this more than anything else, it would be YouTube. I know YouTube more than any of those other ones. So I'm not going to waste, my time is better spent on learning more about YouTube than it is on trying to learn anything about any of the other ones, right? So that's the way I look at that. There's a lot of successful people on Instagram. I don't quite know exactly how that whole monetization works over there. It's probably not that difficult. I've just never had an interest in figuring it out. Same with TikTok. Same with Facebook. Now, as I grow my business, the back-end business that I'm growing, I've got some courses that I offer and things like that. As I grow that stuff, there may come a time that I advertise a course or something like that. If I do that, it would probably be on Facebook ads, just because, I don't know why, because, for the most part, I'm growing my business just from YouTube. But, if a paid ad thing works on Facebook, I don't feel like that's going to hurt the YouTube channel. I wouldn't do it within YouTube. Like the whole YouTube promotion thing, I think that's a recipe for, I was going to say disaster, but that sounds a bit strong. You can really hurt your channel that way. That's another way to try to get traffic to your channel, but you really want YouTube to find your traffic for you, because the more they do it, the better they'll get at it, and you could really level up your growth. So I don't want to interrupt that. Let's just let that go. So if I ever wanted to advertise something that I'm offering for sale, I'd probably do it on Facebook ads, something like that. There you go. Hi, Rob. How do you know if your audio is right? Is right, not L, not left? Oh, not too loud, you said. I can tell. Where's my phone? Oh, over here. So let me grab my phone, my other camera, and show you. So this is Ecamm Live. This is what I'm using to stream with. And if you can tell, right down here, I've got that level. Scarlett 2i2, that's the mic I'm using right now. That's my audio interface, and that is plugged into it, that microphone that I'm using right now. And so this, since that is green and bouncing around, that means it's on point, it's good. If I turned my gain up higher, this button here, notice how it kind of lights up green as I talk, right? And if I don't talk, it goes away. If I had it too loud, it would go red, and I'd probably get red here too, right? So that's how I know. But even then, even with that, I sometimes forget to look there, and I'll forget to turn this mic on. And then you find out when people tell you in the chat, hey, we can't hear you, right? So there you go. All right, just trying to catch up in the chats. Where are we here? Thank you, Rob. Great information. Everybody take care. I have to take off for another meeting. Take care, Sheila Grace. Thanks for stopping in. Scarlett 202. 2i2, I think, Karen. 2i2. That's what it used to be called. The Focusrite Scarlett 2i2. Hey, Caroline. How you doing? Good to see you. Love all your sensible advice. I'm in the middle of packing to move, so have taken a long break from posting. It's just really hard to try and show anything in the middle of the boxes. Yeah, I get that. Well, good luck with the move and getting back at it. JB and I did a live together on Friday. It was great fun. Awesome. Yes, I think I dropped in on that one. Did I not? Well done. Alrighty. Your neurodivergent friend. Hello. My first video went live a few hours ago. Thanks much to your advice and encouragement. I hushed the critical voice in my head and finally posted it. Awesome. Congratulations. Well done. Now the trick is not to just stare at the analytics and the views pouring in and get to work on your next video. That's your job now. Look at that first video and maybe see what you liked about it, what you didn't like about it, what maybe you did wrong that you wished you had done differently. Try to get a couple takeaways from it and try to learn a thing or two, and make your next one just a little bit better. That's the challenge. Make your next one if you can get a little bit better with each additional video, then you're learning and leveling up. All right. I'm in Texas and you have an accent. No, you have an accent. I can't hear you, but yeah, that's the way it goes. Yeah, you think when people are from different areas, you think they have an accent and you sound perfectly normal. Back for a bit. Gym over 30. Between sets? You're working out? Not yet. Need to think it all through and let the channel build up a bit. It's an early idea so far. I must have missed the first part of that. Here's a question. Monkey Wrench, how you doing? Yvonne, right? How you doing, Yvonne? Is there such a thing as doing too much research and tests where it just becomes the obstacle to starting a channel? Did you stop watching how-to videos and start creating at one point? Yes. So there's a term for that. What is it? No, maybe not. I was thinking there's an imposter syndrome. It's not that. Well, maybe a little bit. But yeah, no. There does come a point where you just have to, where you may realize, I'm consuming too much stuff. I'm watching too many videos. I just have to do this. And it may be because of imposter syndrome. Like why, I guess answer this. Why are you watching videos? Are you trying to learn something else? Do you think you're not quite there and there's something else you have to learn? So you're watching more videos, right? So I guess in that respect, it ties into imposter syndrome. I felt that. I felt that for years, actually. It took me years before I got out of my own way and realized I am watching a lot of videos. I probably know more than I'm giving myself credit for, and I just need to do this. And it just becomes a decision you have to make. You just have to just start recording. And the term, I mean, what I say and other people say, stop consuming and start creating, right? Doesn't mean that I don't consume anymore. I still watch videos. I'm always learning. I'm always trying to learn new things. But at some point, you just got to do it. You just have to stop. Sorry, you said research and testing, right? I don't think that ever ends. But you can do that while you're making videos. You know, you can research your videos, make the videos, and then, test on your own videos. I'm always testing, really. I'll make a video and I'll see how it does. The last video I made, or the second last video that I made, when I talked about the whole sub for sub thing and why it's not a good idea, and basically told people, I didn't say it in so many words, but I might as well have. If you subscribe to me because you think you're doing me a favor and you're hoping that I will subscribe to you, then unsubscribe from me, please. Right? So that's kind of what I said in a different way in that video, because you're not helping me by doing that, and you're not helping yourself by spending so much time, going around and subscribing to all these people hoping they subscribe to you. It doesn't work anyways. So yeah, I made that video, and what I learned was that, wow, I think a lot of people did subscribe to me because they hoped I would subscribe to them, because I lost a lot of subscribers in the hours after I posted that video. So that was a learning thing, and that's great. It's a good thing, not only because I got rid of some subscribers that were basically dead weight. I didn't want them anyway. They're not watching my videos. They didn't subscribe to me for the right reasons, so they're gone. That's great. My numbers will go up now. I mean, it's a small percentage of the total, but you get what I mean. So that's one reason it was good. And there we go again. The thought's gone. I had another reason why. The testing doesn't end. It doesn't ever end. I'm always trying to see what works and what doesn't. So yeah, it doesn't. I don't believe there's a winning formula out there. We may be looking for the winning formula so that we can replicate it and all of our videos would be great all the time. But I don't believe such a formula exists. I think things are changing all the time. People's viewing habits change. What people want to hear from you changes. Right? So you're always trying new things, always, seeing what works. And not all my videos are 1 out of 10s. Last week, I think I had a 10 out of 10. It was just, it flopped. And that's okay. It might be an evergreen one later, but who knows? So I don't know if that answers your question, Yvonne. But yeah, I did stop watching how-to videos and started creating. I did. And then, but then I would always come back and watch other videos if I wanted to learn something else. Like YouTube is my favorite search engine. If I want to learn how to do something, I go to YouTube to figure it out. So I hope that helps. Whoa, my husband has the exact same audio interface. I think I actually have everything I need for a live when I'm ready. Woohoo. Absolutely. I don't even need that to go live. You can go live from your phone with nothing else. You can also go live from a laptop with nothing else, just with the camera and the mic built into the laptop. That's all you need. And you can do it from YouTube Studio. You don't need Ecamm Live or OBS or StreamYard or any of these softwares unless you want to get a little fancier and multiple monitors, multiple cameras, and all that. If you don't need to do that, if you don't want to do that, you definitely have all you need. But if you do have that audio interface and a half decent mic plugged into it, then you would sound a lot better than the mic on a laptop. Sorry if you answered already, missed the last hour. No, I probably missed it. Is a MacBook Air Basic okay for lives? Yes, it is. So I actually looked into this because, again, I just made a course on this, or a program that I just launched last week. So I did a bunch of live testing and I did some research on what works. I have a MacBook Pro, okay? MacBook Air, when you say basic, I'm assuming, yeah, you said MacBook Air. So that's the basic MacBook. The difference between the Air and the Pro, number one is it has one less port. I think you only have 2 USB ports, whereas I have 3. So that means you can't plug as many things in. You can plug 2 things in. So that could be a second monitor and a mic. Or it could be a camera or a webcam and a mic, right? If you want to plug more than that in, then you need to get a dock first. And a dock is kind of like a splitter that it plugs into one of the ports, but it might have 3 or 4 other ports in it that you plug things into. And I went through all that in the course, but not trying to sell that right now. But what was I saying though? Yeah, MacBook Air. So here's the thing. There's two main types of videos that I think about when I think about being a YouTuber, and that's making videos and going live. Okay, when you make a video, you're using video editing software probably to edit your video together, adding music, B-roll, cutting mistakes out, and whatever else you're doing, text, transitions, all that stuff. A lot of times, those programs require a good amount of computing power. Okay, so when you're making and editing videos, that might be where you might run into, well, the MacBook Air, it struggles a little bit. It takes a long time to render my videos. Well, then a MacBook Pro would be able to render a video a lot faster than a MacBook Air. Okay, so yeah. Video editing, especially if you're editing 4K videos and longer 4K videos, it can get, you need power to do that. And you typically need a lot of RAM and a good processor, things like that. But with live streaming, you don't need much of that. MacBook Air is totally fine to live stream from, no problem at all. I mean, you can live stream from your phone. Now, phones are pretty powerful computers, but still, MacBook Air, totally fine. Again, where you might find a MacBook Air might be a little bit, but if it's a newer MacBook Air, the M4s, I think they're totally fine. Like they're plenty fast enough. You just might find if you're doing something that's really demanding on your computer, then the fan might come on and might get loud, okay, to try to keep it cool, basically. My fan never comes on my MacBook. Unless I'm rendering like an hour-long 4K video that has a lot of stuff going on in it, changing scenes and all this, then the fan might come on. But other than that, it is silent. It just doesn't overheat. So there you go. I don't know if that helps. I hope that helps. But yeah, for live streaming, MacBook Air, totally fine. Totally fine. If it's a relatively new MacBook Air. Lindsay, how you doing, Lindsay? Just want to say thank you. My first 3 videos will go live in 45 minutes, in big part to your videos, finally giving me enough confidence to get started. All the good vibes to you. Many thanks. Well done, Lindsay. Congrats. Good luck. I hope they do well. And that's, you say 3 videos? I hope you're working on your 4th. That's next on the list. Hello, Riachiona. Did I say that right? Riachiona? Ricciona? Hello. Nechi, how do you pronounce your name? Or is that somebody else? Was Nechi somebody else? Oh, yes, it was. Nechi Iki. Eki? I'm horrible at pronouncing names. I'm so sorry, guys. Just told a coworker about your channel. He's pumped to start. Awesome. Good luck with it. I struggle with connecting with my audience. How can I do better connecting with them? I really care what they think. Then just be empathetic, I guess, in your videos. Try to come across that you want to hear from them. Ask them questions in the video and try to get them to answer in the comments below. And make sure you're always checking your comment section too, so that you're answering them as quickly as you can. And if they answer back, then answer them again, right? Like, the more you engage back with them, that helps. And it's just a matter of showing up and doing that more and more, and it'll grow. It'll grow. Once they know that you answer them, they'll ask more questions, and then more people will see that you're doing that, and then it'll just snowball. How do you get away from imposter syndrome or days when you don't feel like posting, creating, impressing, and making things work? Great question, Marius. I guess the number one thing I'll say is days when you don't feel like posting. On those days, just don't post. Like, if you come across a day where, you know what, I need a break from this, then take a break. It's okay. YouTube's not going anywhere. If you need a day off, a couple days off, a week off, YouTube's not going anywhere, right? It'll be there when you come back and when you're ready. So sometimes we need a break to recharge, maybe rethink about, the direction we're going with our channel, or just to stop thinking about YouTube altogether. Maybe you just need a break and you need to unplug from it. If you do, then do that. Just take a break, because there's, if you force yourself, like, let's say you decide you're going to post a video every week. But let's say there's a week and the week is coming to an end and it's Friday now and you don't have a video. It's like, oh man, no, I said I'd post a video this week and I haven't. Don't worry about it. It's okay. Like, you can take a break. You can write a post if you want on your channel and just let people know, guys, I need a break this week. I'll see you next week, right? You could do that. Let people know what's going on. So yeah, as far as imposter syndrome, the best way I can answer that is just to say, so imposter syndrome talks, the premise there is that you don't feel like you know enough to talk about the things you want to talk about in your videos. Okay, that's basically what imposter syndrome is. You feel like an imposter. You feel like you're not an expert in anything, and that's exactly what my last video was about. You don't feel like you're an expert in something. There's other people that know more than you. Who are you to be making a video about this, right? That's imposter syndrome. And to that I will say, it's a dangerous thing to tell people you're an expert at anything, right? Because there will always be somebody out there who knows more than you do about whatever, about anything, always. So because of that, I go out of my way to say I am not an expert at anything, YouTube included. There are people out there who know more than me about this stuff, know more than I do. And I can name a couple. Nick Nimmin knows more than I do. D. Nimmin. Ali Abdal knows more than I do. Right? So there are people who know more than I do. But the thing you have to realize is all you need to know is a little bit more than anybody else. Then you can make a video about that to help those other people who don't know as much as you do. Right? So don't ever feel like you have to be an expert and that you are going to be the only person that people go to learn about whatever it is you're talking about. You won't be. There's going to be other people that talk about what you talk about. There has to be. There's other people that have video, channels like mine that talk about the things I talk about. They may do it in a different way, right? And some people like their way. Some people like my way. Some people like your way. So, don't ever consider yourself an expert. YouTube is not a platform only for experts. YouTube is a platform for you to share ideas, right? Share your thoughts. What do you think about this? How do you think that works? And just say, well, based on what I've seen, I think it works like this. Anybody disagree with me? If you do, I'd love to hear it and let me know why you think your way is right. Right? And that's a conversation. As long as you're comfortable with that, then go forward that way. Don't paint yourself into a corner by telling people you're an expert, because as soon as you do that, you'll get challenged. You'll have people showing up in your comments section that tell you, you know what, Mr. Expert, you're not right because blah, blah, blah. And they may not be right. They may be right. They probably will be. If they're saying something, well, they certainly believe they're right, right? And now you're in a back and forth trying to prove that you're right. And just, if somebody ever tells me in the comments that, Rob, what you said there in that video, that's just not right, I would probably ask for a little bit more information, but usually they offer more information. I have been known to come out with a video afterwards saying, you know what, I was wrong in that last video, and because their argument was convincing enough that I believe that I was wrong, and now I've changed my mind. I reserve the right to change my mind at any given time. On any video I've ever made, I reserve the right to change my mind. Change my mind on shorts. Prove to me that shorts will hurt your channel if you focus on long form videos. I want somebody to prove to me that shorts are going to hurt my channel if I leave them not private on my channel. I know some people do that. They privatize their shorts because they think they're hurt. Somebody told them this is going to hurt your channel by having those shorts. And I've heard arguments, and I don't know if I believe them, but I don't know. Maybe they do hurt. Maybe they don't. Right? So don't ever paint yourself into a corner by telling people you're an expert, and then imposter syndrome becomes a lot easier to deal with because you're not an imposter. You're just being yourself. You know things. Some things you don't know yet. Just own it. Own up to what you know and what you don't know. So I hope that helped. I'm just blabbing today. Hope you guys don't mind. What are we at? 4:20. There, I just scroll right to the end here. I say that I'm an expert of my life, or I'm an expert by experience. Yeah, that's interesting. I feel like the word expert is a bit, I don't know if dangerous is the right word, but, some people are out there and they just like a challenge. If they get wind that someone says they're an expert in something, then, no, there's something you don't know and I'm going to tell you, right? I just try to avoid that. Oh, I love that. I love that, Catherine. I'll never be an expert on anything. Life is one long learning experience, I think. 1000%. I am in total agreement with you. And I think that's part of what makes life so much fun. Learning new things. I like to learn things. I never thought I'd say that when I was in school, but I do. I just like learning new things. Why not? Why not? Yeah, no, I won't go there. Question, que la vie. I like that. Is that a play on words? C'est la vie? Que la vie? I like that. Are reaction videos at risk of copyright violation strikes? How can they not be? Yeah, they are. They are a risk of that. And because it's a gray area, right? I talked about this a little bit earlier today, but I can talk about it again. When you make a reaction video, that means you need the original video in your video, right? So right there, you're using somebody else's stuff, right? You don't own that. Now, there is something that YouTube has in their policies called fair play, or fair use, I guess it's called fair use, in that it says if you can use somebody else's stuff if you are adding value to the overall viewing experience, right? You're not just copying and playing somebody's video. You're actually play a bit, stop it, comment on it, play a bit more, stop, comment a bit more, right? You can do that. But the thing is, I just went through this today. I found the area, the copyright area in YouTube where it basically listed like 7 or 8 people who had basically copied my videos and basically made them off to be their own. Now, 2 of them were like reaction type videos. One of them was really odd. He made it look like it was a reaction video, but all he did, it was him on the side in the corner wearing these weird glasses, and he just stared at the camera the whole time. My video played in like, I don't know, 4/5 of the screen, and he was in 1/5. Like 4/5 of it was my video from start to beginning, my whole video. He never once said a word, and my video never once got paused or stopped. It just played all the way through. And I saw that, and it's like, no, I'm not going to let you keep that. So I reported that. And so here's the way it works. The video owner, the owner of the video that you're reacting to, okay, when you're making a video like that, it's completely up to them what happens to you with respect to that video. They could, so it would go to them. So this came to me, and basically YouTube says, what do you want to do? And this person copied your video, and 100% of your video. What do you want to do? So I said, take it down. Take it down. My options were give the guy 7 days to take it down themselves, otherwise take it down, or take it down immediately, or allow it, right? So those were my choices, and I said take it down immediately. The ones that maybe a little more effort was put into it, I mean, it's up to you. It's up to you what you want to do with it. But that's my point. You have no control. If you're making a video reacting to somebody else's video, it's up to that somebody else what happens to you. And if they say take it down to YouTube, YouTube will tell you, we're going to take this down. You okay with that? And then it's up to you. No, I shouldn't say that. They're not necessarily going to ask you permission. The owner said take it down. They're going to take it down. You can maybe fight it through this fair use thing, but then it could end up going to court, and you may not win. When it's going to be up to YouTube. They may, if they are requested to take it down by the owner, you could get a copyright strike. So that's the risk you run with. So, having said all that, I've never made reaction type videos. Okay, so I don't have experience with this. I only have experience on the other end when other people have used my videos and reacted to them. I know what the options are that I'm presented with. And I know that one of those options that I'm presented with could result in that person getting a copyright strike. And I know if that person gets 3 copyright strikes, they'll get demonetized. Okay, so that's what I do know. So then it becomes, so if I wanted to do a reaction video, if I wanted to create that type of a channel, I would make sure, well, that might kind of defeat the purpose. Like, I would never do a negative reaction. Like, why would I want to? If I reacted to a video negatively and the owner didn't like it, I could wind up with a copyright strike. So I wouldn't do that. All reactions would have to be positive. I'd have to put them in a positive light to ensure that my video could stay up. That's the way I would think about it. Again, not having been a reaction video creator, that's just the way I'm thinking about it. I don't have experience with it. So anyway, I hope that helps. Que la vie. Sean says, I work with experts for my agency, and they usually have 20 to 30 years of verified proof behind them to be considered experts. It's a term that's used way too often. Yeah, and even then, even if somebody knows a whole lot about something, you could probably always find somebody else that knows a little bit more, right? And people like that tend to love to tell so-called experts that, you're an expert? I know more than you. People like to point that out. Rob, let me ask you a weird question. Okay. What happens when one is not really passionate about anything? How do you find exactly your spot? That's a good question. It's not weird. It's good. I mean, I guess my pushback would be if you're not passionate about anything, including perhaps YouTube, then why even start a YouTube channel, right? Why even do it if you're not passionate? And if your answer is, oh, well, I want to make money at it, it's probably not going to happen, is my honest advice. If you're not passionate about what you're doing, you're probably not going to be successful at it, right? Because this is like, it's small business. Now, maybe you want to do YouTube, but you don't necessarily even want to monetize it. You don't want to make money from it. You just want to do it as a hobby. Well, then I would argue that, oh, you must be somewhat passionate about it if you want to do it. So I don't know if that really answers your question, but I don't know. I feel like why do something if you're not passionate about it, I guess, is kind of the way I look at it. Not sure that really helps, but negative reactions are a huge niche right now. Oh, really? Okay, interesting. Yeah, I would, I don't know. I don't know how that would work. I guess maybe it's people that have experience doing that and they don't mind the constant. I just picture that being like a constant battle, like people telling you to take your stuff down, YouTube sending you the information, you got to take that down, this person wants it down, then you got to fight it, and then, well, maybe they're going to sue you, and I don't know. I just, doesn't sound like an enjoyable thing to me. But hey, if people are making it work, not exactly sure how they are. Rob, have you ever seen your watch hours on a live drop? One day after a live, I saw 17 hours watch time. I screenshotted that. Then 3 days later, it dropped to 3 hours. I'm emailing YouTube to ask. Yes. It's funny. See, I track as I've shown people with my stats tracker. I track everything. Every day, I update my monthly totals. It's just I'm a stats freak. I like numbers and all that stuff. You know, it's not for everybody, but but because of that, at the end of the month, like at 6 a.m. the day after, like at 6 a.m. on September 1st, I knew what my August 31st numbers were. I put them in. Okay, if I go back and look today, they're probably all lower. Views, watch hours, subscribers don't usually change. I mean, from time to time they go down, and that might be YouTube doing a little purge, you know, getting rid of, maybe there was some bot activity or something like that. But the numbers that YouTube gives for like watch hours and views, I noticed they're always revised down a couple days later. Like in some, like one day later, they're revised down quite a bit. I mean, not quite a bit percentage-wise, but you know, it might be 10 hours difference. And then a week later, they might revise it down another hour or two. And what it is, I believe, is there is some bot activity, B-O-T, robot activity on YouTube. There are some accounts out there that are not real people. You know, there's some people out there selling views and selling subscribers. And how are they doing that? Well, they've got bots that are automatically subscribing, viewing, and all this stuff. It's all fake. It's real in the sense that it happens, but it's not real people behind them. You do not want to ever buy stuff like that. You just want things to happen organically. But people are out there selling this stuff, making a quick buck by basically selling air. And YouTube will eventually find those robotic channels, I guess, and anything that channel had ever watched, or you know, views and watch hours, when they delete the channel, all the stats associated with that would go with it. So if any of those bots watched your video, or subscribed to your, or viewed your videos, whatever, that would all go away. So I think that's what happens like all the time. I think on a daily basis, numbers get revised down until, I don't know when exactly it gets locked in. I guess within 30 days or something like that. So yeah, I have noticed that. I have Hype. I love to use it on Tony channels. Hype, yeah, I've seen that. So I have not seen Hype as an option for any videos I've watched yet. Maybe I haven't been looking for it, but I have noticed where I have hype points on some of my videos, so I've been hyped. So for those who don't know what this is, hype is another button that lives down there where the subscribe and join buttons are. And it's available for what YouTube calls small channels. Small meaning 500,000 subscribers and lower. So I don't know. To me, 500,000 subscribers is not a small channel, but to YouTube it is. So if you have between, actually I think there's a lower limit too. I think it's between 500 and 500,000 subscribers. If a channel is in there, then it can be hyped. And what that means is you can click that button, and that's basically like it's basically like giving them a super duper like. Okay? And the way it works is each person is only allowed to hype 3 times a week. I think that's what it is, 3 times a week. So you have to be kind of guarded with your hypes. It's like, okay, it's got to be the 3 best videos or the 3 best creators that I've seen over the last week or whatever. I'm going to spend one of my hypes on them. Okay, so that's what it is. And it's just another way for YouTube to try to figure out who's a good creator here, what's a good video, right? It's just another metric for them to gauge how good your stuff is, how good you are. All right, so that's what it is. I have not seen that as an option yet. I know it's available in Canada. I looked at that, but I got to look for it more, I guess. Oh, here's good. Brandon, yeah. Hey, I deal heavily in reaction content on my main channel. Generally, you want to have a good relationship. You want to have good relationships with those who you react to, but it is 100% legal to react to anything if it's transformed. Yeah, but I do believe it gets fuzzy. You're right, it's 100% legal, but do you want to go to court to fight that? That's the thing. But that's where it comes down to what you said there. Generally, you want to have a good relationship with those you react to. There, if you got a good relationship with them, they're probably not going to sue you. Even if you would potentially win it in court, I don't know. Just to me, I just don't want to go there. But yeah, if you're in that business of doing reaction content, sounds like you got your thumb on the pulse of that and how it works. And like you say, you want to have a good relationship with them. So yeah, reacting to somebody out of the blue, that might be when you're playing with fire a little bit. The other thing I noticed, actually, one of the reaction videos tagged me in their description. You know, you put the @ and my username. So in other words, I would be notified in the mentions section of the community or my, you know, where I can respond to comments. So that's good. That means they're saying, I'm reacting to this video. If you want to check out the real video, click here and you'll be able to see it. So it's almost like a courtesy thing. But the other one who reacted to my video did not do that. And so it's like, you know, why would I let that live there? Right? He's stealing my content. So no, get it down. is my way of thinking about it. Oh, you should use QQQ so Rob gets, okay, so Neki is asking me a question. Let me search for her name. Oh, crap. Where'd it go? Disappear. NEC. Oh, was this the question here? I struggle with connecting with my audience. How can I do better with connecting with them? I really care what they... Oh, okay, no, I answered that. So I think I was running a little bit behind. That's what was happening here. And you know what? I should go right to the current. Where are we at now? JOM. Hi, Rob. I'm a mid-40s male. I want to start a channel offering life advice and wisdom for other men. Not the Andrew Tate hyper-production nonsense. I don't know Andrew Tate. But I get what you mean. Just open and vulnerable. What do you think? Fantastic. I think that's great. I think one of the best ways, I think a good way to look at it is try to make videos that, okay, life advice. So if you want to give advice, you want to help people, okay? You want to help other men in their 40s. Think about yourself 5 years ago. a 5-year younger version of yourself. Okay, you've presumably learned some stuff in the last 5 years. Now make videos that help that person, a younger version of yourself. If you can look at it that way, you know, you could probably get a lot of ideas. I think that's great idea. Life advice. What have you learned? Like, people generally want to hear advice from people who have gone through things, right? So talk about things you've learned in the last few years, and that will help people who are either just about to go through those things, or, you know, maybe look out for certain things or whatever. No, I think that's a great idea. Let's see. Teasy. I just saw something. Let me just throw it up on the. There we go. Here we go. Oh, did I disappear? What happened? Why did my camera disappear? You know what? We got another one. Why did that camera go blank? Let me press this again. Oh, you know what? It's right here. It got really small. What the heck did I press that happened? This is an example of warts and all. There we go. Fixed. All right, Teasy, how you doing? I spent one of my hypes on you yesterday. Thank you. Appreciate that. Awesome. I haven't been able to spend any hypes yet. I haven't seen any. I'm going to have to figure out where they are and start spending them. Will YouTube be able to see if your video is copied to another platform? No. Well, I don't think so. YouTube would only know what's going on YouTube, not on another platform, I wouldn't think. So, yeah, I don't, you know, I guess maybe it's not a bad thing. I mean, I don't want my stuff copied, but what's the worst that can happen if it is, really? Maybe it's more publicity for me, right? Maybe more people would recognize me. I don't know. But no, I don't think YouTube can know what's going on other platforms, only on YouTube. Minimize everything. Yeah, I obviously hit a minimize everything button, and I don't know what it is. It happens. I know if I hover over like this and spin my scroll wheel, that happens. So I probably did that. Yeah, that's what I did. The scroll wheel. That's what I did. All right, there you go. Shortcuts. Dangerous. Hey, your videos are in my feed the past few days. Dropping to say hello. Hello, Draxos. How you doing? I probably did not say your name right. Thank you for stopping in. I hope you enjoy yourself here. I heard one person say we had to turn it on. I didn't see a place in settings. Oh, hype. Yeah. You know what? I believe what I've heard is that it's on by default. Let me try to go find that. Is it in settings? Channel. No. Oh, advanced settings. Yeah. So, okay. Share. Is that going to work? Yes, it is. Okay. Here's my YouTube studio. I went to settings down here, and then channel, and then advanced settings. Okay. Scroll down. Scroll down. Right there. Hype. Let viewers hype my content. Viewers can hype your videos at no cost 3 times per week. All right. You hover over here. Give fans a stake in your channel's success when they hype your videos. You can click there to learn more. Anyway, that checkbox was checked when I checked it. And I did hear that it should be automatically selected as default, but you could turn it off if you want to. I'm going to leave it checked. There you go. There you go. My little slice of paradise. Is it okay to post videos? What time is it? Okay, I got about 15 more minutes. Is it okay to post videos that are different than your specific niche, or would that throw off the algorithms, like a funny animal video when your niche is crafts? You got to think about your audience. Generally, the answer is no. It's not necessarily a good idea unless you think all your audience is going to be okay with it and they're going to watch it. But see, the thing is, I guess the danger is if you post a funny animal video and let's say your audience loves it, right? And they all watch it. And then YouTube thinks, oh, wow, great video. Let's throw that in front of a whole bunch of other people. You may end up with a bunch of subscribers that now want to see a whole bunch of funny animal videos. And then when you come out with your next craft video, it might tank. It might flop, might not do well. That's the risk you run. If it's a funny animal video and it doesn't have anything to do with your channel and you don't necessarily want to pivot to making all that kind of content all the time, you could put it up as a community post. You can put it in as a short, maybe, I guess. Well, I don't know. Personally, what I would do, I might put it on TikTok or something, or another YouTube channel, right? If it's just not something that your existing audience would be interested in. And if that's not the direction you want to go with your channel. It really comes down to what your goal is with your channel. Are you trying to grow a channel, maybe eventually make money with it, or maybe you are making money with it? If that is your goal, then I wouldn't do that. But if you just want to post stuff for your friends and family to see and it's more or less a hobby and you don't really care about the growth of it, and you think some people on your channel would like to see that and you just want to post it, then go for it. But just know it might stunt your growth a little bit. It's funny you say this, Karen. I'll Google it, and I don't know exactly what we're talking about, but what I noticed was more and more I'm choosing to jump straight to ChatGPT to bypass Google when I want a quick answer. I'm doing that too. I have ChatGPT, the app on my phone. If I'm out for a walk and I want to search for something, I ask ChatGPT. I don't know if it's just what I'm getting used to. It's replacing a lot of my search. So yeah, I concur. I asked my question about another platform because another person I know said someone else was stealing their videos and putting them on another platform. Wouldn't YouTube lose revenue? Would YouTube lose revenue? I mean, it doesn't affect YouTube's platform. So, I mean, if somebody is on Instagram, let's say, that's the other platform you're talking about, and it plays a video that, I don't know. You're twisting my mind now. You're confusing me. It's getting late for these kinds of questions. Why do these questions have to be so hard? I don't know. There's my answer. I don't know. I don't think YouTube would lose that much, but yeah, I don't know. I feel like the amount they would lose is insignificant. That it's not a big deal to them. So no, I don't think they go around checking. But I don't know. That's a good question. Let me think on that a little bit longer. Natalia, do you use some app to record audio for your videos? I'm just starting. So generally, you can record your audio at the same time as you record your video. So like when I'm outside making my videos outside, I film with my iPhone and I use the DJI mic it's wireless. I attach it to my shirt, and the other end is the receiver that plugs into my phone. So my phone captures both the video and the audio in the regular camera app. I'm getting a lot of people that actually say to me in the comments, what app do you use on your iPhone? Because I believe the regular camera app in the iPhone won't record the audio from the mic I've got plugged in, but that's not true. It does. The regular camera app the audio it picks up is from this mic and not from the iPhone's mic when I have that receiver plugged into it. So anyway, just the camera app. It records video and audio. Okay. Now, when I make a video here in my office with this camera and this mic up here, I do record them separately. This camera I record directly to the SD card that's in the bottom of the camera, and when I'm finished, I will pop that out and pop it into the computer, or actually I'll plug in the camera and then I'll copy the file over. Meanwhile, the audio I'm recording from this mic into the Focusrite into an app. The one I use to record my audio is Adobe Audition. Okay, I use Adobe Audition. You can also use Audacity, which is free. Any audio recording app you could use, but those are the two main ones I know about. So yeah, when I do it that way, I do record them separately, and then when I bring them both into my video editing app, I have to sync them together. I have to make sure that the audio and the video line up. But the thing is, when I do it that way, this camera is also recording audio because there's a microphone on the camera. It's not a very good microphone, but it's a microphone, so I can at least know how that helps me line up the camera with its audio with the real audio I want to use. I can just look at the waveforms. I kind of match them up until it's perfect. I zoom way in to get it perfect, and then I'll delete the audio from the camera and just use this audio. So there you go. Two different ways to do it. JOM question: what's the difference between what? Slow down, Rob. Slow down. What's the difference between doing YouTube as a hobby or as a business in terms of how you approach it? Is there a danger of losing authenticity by chasing the numbers? Can your channel be both things? Good question. Yes, it can be both. Let me think about this. I mean, see, my YouTube channel, this channel here is a business. It's my business, okay? Yet, I feel like I'm being authentic. Okay, I'm doing my best to be as authentic as I can, just sharing my thoughts with you guys, right? I'm being as authentic as I can. That said, do I chase numbers? I don't really look at it that way, but I'm always trying to learn from my videos how well they do, what ones do better than others. Do my outside ones do better than inside? I'm always trying to get better at this, and in that sense, it's funny. Like, it is a hobby of mine, but I've been a small business owner for 25 years. I've always worked for myself, and I enjoy that. And when you do that, when you're working for yourself and you're running a business, you're always trying to improve it, and that's part of what I like about it. So, so to me, it's one and the same. To me, my business is my hobby. So. And I think that's a good place to be. If your business is your hobby, I think that's awesome. I think it's great. It makes things a lot easier. It means I'm not, doing one thing because I have to, not because I like to. I also like it. So, but, I guess part of my hobby is growing this channel. Like, I consider growing the channel my hobby as well as my business. I don't know if I'm making sense. I'm sure there are people out there that do not want to learn how to grow their channel at all. They just want to make videos and they just want to post it on YouTube so that people can see them, people they know perhaps, and they're not interested in growing their channel. And that's totally fine. That is a different mindset. Yeah, because you don't have to worry, not worry, you just don't have to be concerned, I guess that's worry too, about how well your videos do, how many views they get. You don't have to think about that. Just post your videos. Make the video to the point where you are happy with it and you like it and post it on YouTube. There you go. On to the next. And that's your hobby and you like doing it, and that is fantastic, right? Because we all need to enjoy what we're doing. Yeah, you have to enjoy it. I think whether you're doing it as a hobby or as a business, I feel like you have to enjoy it. How's that? Because that's the truth. If you just do it as a business and you don't enjoy it, then I can almost guarantee you're not going to be successful with YouTube. And that's, you're doing it as a business. Wow, that heart button is just going crazy. Somebody is just banging away at that heart button. I love you for it. Thank you. Keep going. Yep. Heart, 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 heart. Two people now. We're up to 2 thumbs downs today. But the thumbs up are winning. 139 to 2. 140. Thank you. I don't know. Jom? J-O-M? I don't know if that helps. But yeah, I guess you could lose authenticity if you chase the numbers. It depends on how you're making your videos, I guess. I feel like I won't. I'm not going to lose authenticity because I don't like to say I'm chasing numbers. I feel like I am trying to learn from my videos, see what works and see what doesn't. Right? But that's part of my hobby. I like doing that. So there you go. I hope that helped. I got about 6, I don't know, another 10, maybe 15 minutes. Just popping in to say hi. Just popping in from work to say hi. We'll watch tonight. Hi, Tracy. How you doing? Karen is doing YouTube as a hobby. I have 2 channels. This one is brand new. I'm keen to monetize, but I don't have to for income. I'm passionate about both niches and therefore authentic. Yeah, I think... sorry, Catherine. Did I call you Karen? I think I call you Karen when I should be calling you Catherine. I know you're Catherine. Sorry. I think you're a lot like I am. Like you've had businesses. You've run businesses before, right? Small business mindset. And I think when you have that mindset, wanting to get better with your YouTube channel, even if you don't need the money, is a hobby. Like you enjoy that. You enjoy building something. Right? So I think you probably think about this the same way I do, is what I'm getting at. You're keen to monetize, but you don't have to. But you're passionate about both. Yeah. Well said. Yes and yes. I'm not sure what that was about, but I agree. Yes. Your authenticity absolutely comes through. Well, thank you. That's what I'm trying to do. Paul has a question. I have an ad-free YouTube channel as a consumer. I log onto YouTube on my laptop and it connected me to the generic YouTube with ads. Do I need to create my channel on the ad-free version? You lost me there. When you say ad-free, I believe you mean YouTube Premium. So you subscribe to YouTube Premium. Whatever account you subscribe to YouTube Premium with is what you have to log in with in order to not see ads. I don't know if that answers your question, if I understood it right, but that's I don't have multiple accounts, just the one, and I have YouTube Premium on it. So yeah, if you ever log in with another, if you want to have no ads on 2 different accounts, then you would have to subscribe to YouTube Premium on both those accounts, is the way I understand it. Oh, hey, Brooke. How you doing? Good to see you. How's your summer going? Is the little one back in school yet? It is September. It's actually my daughter. Today's her first day back at school. Yes, 80K. Whoop, whoop. Thank you. Just hit publish. Took a risk today. Eek. Okay. So you've piqued my interest. I'll have to go check that out. It's me, LOL, the hearts. Well, thank you. Are you still pounding away? Because someone is still pounding away on the heart button. Thank you. It's me with the hearts, too. Maybe I should. Can I heart my own? There. One of those hearts was mine. I just hearted myself. Watch, the YouTube gods are going to hate me for that now. You can start a channel with your phone and an inexpensive mic. I have a Hollyland Lark A1 combo wireless magnetic microphone. Holy cow, that's a mouthful. The Hollyland wireless. Awesome. Rebecca, good evening from England. Good evening. Not quite evening here yet, but yeah, it would be there. Thanks for popping in. Hey, Brooke, it's Catherine. Catherine with the same thumbnail but red background. 2-channel Catherine. Thumbs way up. Oh, it's going to be interesting to see the heart count of this video, because it does measure that. It does measure, well, reactions. They're all called reactions. Hello, Rebecca's Room, also from England here. Here's a question. Is YouTube Studio a separate app? I don't see it on my channel page. Yeah, it is. So there's a couple ways to get to it. If you go, sorry, not here. If you go to your channel, okay, this is my channel. Wow, that got right big when I move it around like that. Anyway, go to your channel, come over here to your avatar, okay, click on that, and then right here, click on YouTube Studio. Click on that. That'll open up your YouTube Studio. Now, this is on a computer. If you want to get to your YouTube Studio, if you're on a mobile device, then yes, it's a separate app. You have to download YouTube Studio. Yeah, it's a separate app, separate from YouTube. So that's the thing too. Like when I talk about going live, you can go live from your phone, from the YouTube app, not YouTube Studio, from the YouTube app from your phone. But if you want to go live from your computer without using other software like StreamYard or Ecamm, then you do it from YouTube Studio from your computer, from your browser. Okay? So confusing. I don't know why they treat it differently from mobile versus computer, but they do. Hello, Lucy on Life. Hobby for sure, no pressure. No pressure at all. Late to the party, and you probably answered this already, but can you recommend an editing software for a beginner? I feel like my answer is different every time I answer this question. I recommend Camtasia because that's what I use. It is not the most popular, far from it. But I recommend it because it's what I use. I have a hard time recommending things that I don't use, but I can tell you what a lot of other people use. iMovie, if you're on a Mac, it's free. DaVinci Resolve, it's free. It has a paid version, but it's also very powerful, and it can be hard to learn. It's available on PC or Mac. Descript is a popular one. It's basically a service, or can you now download that? I can't remember, but look at Descript. CapCut was a very popular one and may still be, but they've got some issues with changing their policy that a lot of people don't like what they changed it to. I'm mesmerized by all the hearts. Oh, and the hundreds, and now the congratulations. Just someone is banging away at their computer. I love it. Yeah, Descript. What else we got? Filmora is another one that's relatively popular. Final Cut Pro, if you're on a Mac, that would be an upgrade from iMovie. Final Cut Pro is very powerful, and it's not cheap. Not that expensive, but you pay for that. Premiere Pro is another one, also hard to learn, I think. For beginners, I generally say Camtasia is very good for beginners. CapCut is also easy to learn if you're okay with their policies. Yeah, iMovie I think is easy to learn too. So that'll give you some ideas. InShot is another one for those on a mobile device that's Android. InShot is another one you can use. Yeah, I'd be interested to know too, Brooke. What risk did you take? You've got me interested. It's her first day of kindergarten. Wow, that wasn't yesterday for me. This is my daughter's first day of becoming a teacher. First day of kindergarten. I hope it all goes well. I guess my main question was the difference in how you grow a channel business and just posting videos as a hobby. What do you do differently? Because either way, all you're doing is posting videos. What do you do differently? Yeah, so if you want to turn YouTube into a business, then yeah, there's definitely some things you can do intentionally. Because usually the money you earn from being monetized on YouTube, like the AdSense, is not usually what's going to turn a YouTube channel into a success. Okay, most people who are successful with YouTube earn the bulk of their money outside of YouTube, right? Whatever else they're doing, whether they're offering coaching or courses, or they're selling a book, or they're selling t-shirts, hats, mugs, whatever it is, it's usually something else. So you have to think about, okay, what is it you want to offer? If it does start with YouTube, then think about what what it is you're offering, like how are you helping people? Because ultimately, if you want to turn it into a business, that means you want to exchange something for money. Okay, that's what a business is. So you want to provide something generally, helpful. You want to help people. That's what it is. If you want people to pay you something, you got to give them something for that. So what is it? What are you going to give people? If you're making videos, then maybe, I don't know. Like for example, if you're a van life, you're traveling around the countryside in a van, living in a van, and maybe it's mostly a vlog channel. Okay, well, what is it that you use in your day-to-day life? Maybe when you stop and camp, right, a certain stove that you use. Maybe you can get a deal with them where you become an affiliate. That's another way to make money. Become an affiliate of products that you use in the making of your videos, or of the software you use in making your videos. Right? Those are some examples. So become an affiliate, make courses, sell coaching, coaching plans like year-long, hold your hand mentorship type things if you want to get into that, right? So like all those other ways of making money is generally how people who have YouTube businesses make most of their money. And then the AdSense money from YouTube becomes a bit of a bonus. Okay? So that's usually how it goes. I hope that helped. Hello, Tomelia. You know what, guys? It's 5:04. Sorry, I'm going to have to go. So I know I'm probably missing a lot here, but CapCut here, awesome. Hey, just joining. Wen loves MSU. Welcome. If it counts the reactions, then hearts and party are my new tapper game. I'll let you guys know how many hearts I got. I'm a hobby channel. You can't expect it to grow too fast. That's right. More hearts. I have a rapid fire button on my mouse. Wow. Can you quickly check my 2 questions? Oh, okay. I will. KRIS. Why do you have to wait 14 days to change your channel name back? I'm stuck until September 16th now. I don't know. I don't know. And you asked it again. So I don't know. That's a YouTube thing. Second question, is YouTube Premium really free for all the annoying ads in between? Otherwise, this is definitely a must. No, YouTube Premium is not free. Sorry, I apologize if I gave that impression. But YouTube Premium is not free. No, it's around $15 a month. You pay $15 a month, or maybe it's 17 or 12. I can't remember. I get charged in Canadian dollars anyways. So it's something like that. And you pay them for the right to not get ads. So if you have YouTube Premium, you don't see ads. I have YouTube Premium because of all the YouTube videos that I watch. I don't want to see ads. That's time is money, because mine is a business. So it's a business expense, right? So, but yeah, no, not free. Definitely not free. All right, guys. If you have Verizon, it's $10. Ride with Regis said. Perfect. There you go. I have to go too, Rob. Well, yeah, I got to go, guys. Thank you, everybody, for stopping in today. I hope you learned something today. I wish you the best of luck with your channels. I'm going to have a video out, I hope, Thursday morning. Other than that, I'll see you next Tuesday, same place. And next week is Doc Party Week. So next Wednesday, I'll have a Doc Party. All right, for those who are members of the channel. Again, thanks a lot, guys. For those who I didn't get your questions, I am so sorry. I hope I answered enough today. Have a great day. Cheers. Bye.